Oops. Oh, we have multiple people here. Hi, Rich. Hi, Ernest. Who else? Sorry, just trying to close some stuff. Chloe is here. Marie is here. NC, you are back. Good to see you. Sorry, I'm crooked. I'm making lasagna today. Let me first get the trivia in here. Oh, this one is so good. Okay. Boom. Guess my favorite Renaissance era show. I do love that time in history. So interesting. Okay. Rich says, how was your day, Hannah? It was good. It was like a nice full day. Not too crazy at work. Went for a walk tonight and ran some errands. I grabbed a bunch of groceries because I'm gonna be making lasagna tonight. I'm so excited. How about you, Rich? How was your Wednesday? Hi, Dylan Thomas O'Boyle. 1000 Punches is here. Ray is early today. Love to see it. VB says, make French toast. Maybe another day when I have some vegan, like, scrambled eggs on me. Hi, Rated Frog. It's so hot in my town. What's the temperature for you? Where are you located? 1000 Punches. I'm curious. The main reason why I want to, why I am making lasagna tonight is because I've had these chickpea gluten-free lasagna noodles for the longest time. My mom, I think, gave them to me for Christmas. She also sent me home with an opened package of them and was like, use them. I'm not gonna use them. And I just have let them sit in my pantry. So finally, I'm using them. Igor Miguel looks like Brazilian, I think. Rated Frog, I had a very nice Wednesday. How about you? Wait, they make vegan scrambled eggs? Yes, Ray. Tomorrow it's like 76 degrees. Okay, that's not what I was expecting when you said hot in your town. Mr. Mage, come from Sudan and grew up in Uganda. Wow, all over the place. Mr. Spaz. It was 82 for me today. Yeah, we were almost in the 70s here in Minnesota. Are canned tomatoes healthy? Yes, they can be. Ray, you should make something with rice noodles. I have done that a few times already, but I do like rice noodles. Hi, Gabe Burke. Sorry to hear you're sick. Yabba Dabba Doo says, I'm back from the family gathering in London. Oh, that's so sweet. I'm glad to hear. Sounds like everything is good with the baby. Didn't miss much. I mean, I've just been doing live streams and there was Easter this weekend. So yeah, it was nice. It was relaxing. 76 here tomorrow as well. Oh my goodness. I don't think I've ever given up anything for Lent. I didn't really do that growing up, no. Hi, Sad Things. And also hi, K-Dog, 1AG. I am making lasagna from chickpea noodles. I'm in Missouri and we had a tornado on Easter. Oh my gosh. And it's already over 80. Weird. Oh my goodness. Gabe, I am making vegan and gluten-free lasagna. I've got my lasagna noodles here. Hi, Terrence Bowens. I'm gonna pull up this lasagna recipe. I think the only thing I really have to do before assembly and putting it in the oven is cooking some lentils. And I just picked up some lentils at the grocery store. So lovely, such a staple. Let's see, Raymond is here. Hi, Antonio Salazar. Hi, Cassidy. Yes, happy Wednesday. I feel like this week has been going fast. Hi, Hank. Sad Thing says, I love lasagna. I'll sub if you send me some, says VB. Rich with the Seth emojis. Hi, Steve Scuba. Hi, Ray J42K. Hello, hello. Okay, let's get started making these lentils. I think I just have to cook them on my stove top. Oh shoot, I gotta plug in my computer. It dies so fast. I feel like it was just charged. Okay, so let me grab some scissors. I need to make some room here, otherwise I'm gonna completely smash my marinara sauce. Okay. Cassie says hi to Rich. Hi, Karen. Yikes, Gabe. Not adding mods. Hi, Stars Music and Movies. All right, let me grab a cup, measuring cup. Where's the bunny? The bunny is gone until next Easter. Next year, Easter. All right, so 1 cup. Like half of this. Thank you, Brooke. I like these earrings too. I've decided to just keep on wearing them indefinitely because people have said that they like them so much. Your name is Anna. You've got Shakira, I think, in Spanish. Hi, Brooke. What are you watching tonight? I'm watching another Renaissance show. It's called The White Queen. It's set during the War of the Roses in England in the 1400s. Thank you, Ladybug. I love your username. That's so cute. So I've got my 1 cup of lentils here. These are brown lentils. And I'm gonna run them under some water just to get them all rinsed off. Hello. Brie, I'm making lasagna. NC, I have not seen the 2nd episode from The Last of Us. Also, am I freezing? I feel like I'm losing viewers. I don't know why. We'll see. I have not seen The Last of Us from this past weekend. Only the 1st episode. I saw the premiere and loved it. Can't wait for the 2nd one. Yeah, no spoilers, please. I don't want to have any spoilers for The Last of Us. Right. Thank you, Boo. Hi, Parker. Thank you, Bree. All right, let me put these lentils away quick. The part of the bag I'm not using. Okay, let me see now. I gotta cook these lentils that I've now rinsed off. Bree is here. Knoxville guy, hello. Okay, so I'm gonna add 3 cups to these in a medium pot. Okay, I think my pot will fit this. Yeah. So, 1 sec. Bree says, oh my gosh, hi, I'm Bree too. Someone is asking what I'm making. I think I might have answered you already, but I am making lasagna. All right, so I'm gonna need 1 more cup after this. So, lentils in the pot. 2 cups. It says 1 cup and then 3 cups of water. Bring to a boil. All right, so I'm gonna start with just these 2 cups because I need to filter more water. And I'm gonna place this on my stove top to boil. All right. And then I think I kind of, you know what I could do is prep some zucchini while I wait. Looks like Freshly Wild is saying, hi Hannah, happy hump day. Happy hump day to you as well. Oh, I missed a lot, shoot. Jalen Staples, favorite thing to make? Oh, I don't know. I love so many things, but I'll say tofu is pretty fun. Night says, ooh, fancy pants. I only watched Rain and it was entertaining. Yes, I've seen all the shows in the poll and I absolutely love them. Rich has all the members emojis, love it. Talili Idris is back, good to see you. Zena is new, hello. AD says, hi Hannah, have you ever made a dish with hearts of palm? I literally, wait, AD, were you at the live stream on Monday? Because if not, I literally made hearts of palm pasta with mushrooms and it was so tasty. If you weren't there, go and check out the live. Glad to watch your stream. Thank you, Talili Idris. Kaio is here. Thank you, you Martel1. Jesse is here. I'm doing well. How much overtime are you, I almost said watching. Are you working this week? I'm curious. Hi, Tyler. Love from UAE. How's the US? Moved away a few years ago. Love the content. I mean, it's great. Life is still going. I mean, I can't complain. Happy with my life and my people. So yeah, I hope all is well out in the UAE. Hearts of palm, it's the like tender inside of certain palm trees that you can actually eat. Oh, AD says, sorry, I missed that. It's so funny you mention it because it's so specific and I think it's the very first time I've ever made something with hearts of palm or even addressed it, talked about it. And yeah, it was so good. And now I'm like, I need to like keep buying hearts of palm. It's such a hack because it's whole foods. It's like low glycemic, low inflammatory, a really nice substitute for regular pasta. It's not as processed as traditional pasta. So yeah, loved it, 10 out of 10. I need more of it. Okay, favorite Disney character? Boy, I'll go with my favorite princess / heroine, which is Mulan. What flavor gin you got there, Sister Johnny of Bravo? No flavor. Let's see, Kevin Bradley is here. Braided frog with the squirrel emoji. Hi, Rod. Doing good, I'm glad it's Wednesday. I feel like once you get to Wednesday evening, I get this like, it's not quite the same as the thrill you get on Friday, like almost end of day, but it's like when you get done with Wednesday, you're like, oh my God, I got like, it's 2 more days, basically almost the weekend, more than halfway there. Hi, Arnold. Bree says, ah, nice. Talili says, are you thinking of moving to another country? Never. I will never leave the United States. No. I've lived outside of the United States. I've spent time in other countries, but I love it here the best. Brian says, hi, Hannah. How are you? Looking beautiful and lovely as ever. I'm doing well, Brian. I've had a pretty solid week, like busy, but not overwhelming. Enjoying my work. So yeah, it's like kind of, there's nothing like spectacular going on. However, I am about to be going on a little fun trip out east because my childhood best friend is getting married and I'm flying out for the wedding. And then I'm extending my weekend by a couple of days so that I can visit some friends out east who live near where she's getting married. So that will be an upcoming vlog. I'm very, very excited. Jesse says they made Saturday mandatory. What? Oh my gosh, Jesse, I'm blown away. Like, how is it possible that they could make Saturday mandatory? I mean, it sounds like, because I think you said you're a welder, like you're in the trades, but dang, so basically your employer said that 6 days is required instead of 5. AD says, Bree, can you Google hearts of palm? I feel like it tastes a lot like bamboo. Yeah, I think they resemble bamboo shoots. That's what I was thinking about. Eduardo, what is your second favorite country? Okay, let me think. Oh, that's so tough. It's probably either the UK or Germany. What's so great about the US? I mean, let me count the ways. I mean, I love the diversity here. I love the opportunities here. Best universities are here. Very thorough legal system. We have democratic elections. Many countries don't. Yeah, I personally think it's the best place to live. I fully agree with what you say about Wednesday. It says your favorite Mexican. Layla says hi. Brian says, wow, so amazing for you. You are something to enjoy yourself. Eat some nice food and meet some friends, so nice. Hi, Crazy Barber. Did you see the Sinners? I have been seeing the trailers for Sinners, Brian, and it looks incredible. I want to see Sinners. Mark Mondesir. I don't know who he is, but I did watch the WrestleMania from this past weekend, and I was very happy about Seth Rollins doing well. Favorite game? I mean, it'll have to be what we call soccer in the United States. First job was like a student desk job when I was at college. Suits, I tried watching Suits, not my thing. The thing is, I have worked in law firms, and what annoys me about Suits is it glamorizes what law offices are like, and it's so far from the truth. It's very boring, very tedious, not TV worthy at law offices. Jesse says, yes, I'm a welder, but have around 50-ish by Friday, then 6 hours Saturday. Oh my gosh, that is crazy. Whew. Wow. I mean, Jesse, do you think that people will quit your company or your firm, whatever your employer, because of this mandatory Saturday workday? I just feel like that would be so unpopular. Mark Mondesir, thank you. KJ Keeley, you didn't work in high school? No, I never had a job in high school. I'm glad I didn't, but my parents were they're like, you don't need to work. You can start working a job whenever you get to college. But right now, all we want you to do is focus on getting the best possible education at school and do your extracurriculars. I did piano, I did orchestra, I did track and field, I did soccer, I forget what else. But yeah, they were school is the focus and your extracurriculars are second, and then you can work later. But no, I did not work in high school. I'm happy for John Cena. He has now broken the most titles as a WWE superstar. I love John Cena. Meghan Markle in Suits. Yes, I did know that was her big show, but yeah, I'm not into Suits. I actually started watching the Suits LA spinoff, which dropped on Peacock streaming. And it's it's okay, but it's the drama. I love shows with drama, but I feel in Suits, the drama is all these legal things going on. So it's oh, I'm getting sued. Oh, we've got this bad client. And I'm this is not the kind of drama that I prefer to watch on TV. My kind of drama is Game of Thrones, okay? It's not office drama. Megan was great, says Jamie. We got a $2 raise, so that's nice. Let's see. What major are you? I'm not in school, but I majored in political science and German. Noodle just not come in on Saturday. Interesting. Fancy that. Liniment roll. Okay. All right, Arnold. Oh, funny. See, they're threatening to cut the budget for Harvard. Yes, I did see that. Can't see me, says Jesse. Oh, man. Ray Ortiz, I think he went to say earrings. All right, let's check on the lentils. Oh, I need to I need to filter some water. Hannah Montana, I loved Hannah Montana, yes. Oh, I tried watching Dark. I didn't like Dark. Oh no, Thomas Jefferson is sick. That's so sad. I know who you're talking about, Linneman roll. Okay. Hi, Kati Ponu. I enjoyed my birthday. Me and some friends went to the beach, make some barbecue chicken and fried rice and potato salad. Huge shark. Oh my god. Crazy. It's a complicated show, TBH. Yes, I started it, but I was like, it's just not the show for me. All right, moving on. Moving on. All right, the one and only is here. Arnold says, do you work out? Yes, I do work out. I watched your cake making and catching up with friend videos. Nice, thank you so much. I'm glad you watched those, Rex. Ellen is here, hello. Are you mixing the lentils with the sauce for your lasagna? Exactly, you nailed it. That's exactly what I'm doing. AD, you get the best of both worlds. Chillin', now take it slow, then you rock out the show. I loved Hannah Montana. So fun. Two best countries. Oh yeah, I do love Canada too. I would say my favorite countries are the United States, Canada. I think of Canada as like, we're different, but we're so similar that I think of it as like northern Minnesota. Like it's cold, it's snowy, the people are nice. We have that reputation here in the United States, like Minnesota nice is a thing. Yeah, United States, Canada, and then the UK and Germany, especially Germany. I've spent so much of my life there. Talili, Idris, what's your cheat meal? It would be like a massive vegan cheeseburger with a bunch of French fries. Like tons of like greasy, fatty, delicious vegan food. Have you ever tried a mushroom pre-workout? No, I would never got into pre-workout. How many days of leftovers? I'm not sure, Parker. Days of leftovers per meal? It varies on what I'm cooking, but maybe like I can make it last for like 1 to 2 days. Tabasco and lasagna, not gonna do that, Jamie. The one and only says Italy. I love Cars is here. Laura by Tunes, I'm making lasagna. I'm gonna chop up some zucchini. Oh, I thought, you guys, oh my gosh, that was my vegan cheese. I thought it was one of these glass marinara containers, and if it goes like off the counter, it would have just like smashed. I was like, oh my god. Whew. My heart stopped there for a second. I was like, dang it, am I gonna have to clean up food on this stream? Estonia is the best. I've never been to Estonia, and I've heard great things, Peter. Wait, I just got here. Who from Minnesota? Well. I'm from Minnesota. I'm based in Minnesota. And I absolutely love it here. What role would you like to play in Game of Thrones? Probably Arya Stark. I think her storyline is the one that seems most fun. Was surprised to hear about your German history. What role would you, okay, read that one. Talili says a lot of calories. The Rock's cheat meal. Is your cheat meal? Yeah, it's like, the thing is, I try to be really disciplined and healthy with my diet, but I'm like, I don't want to be 100% healthy and strict and only eat like vegetables and pure food, because I do want to like enjoy delicious things every now and then, even if they're not the healthiest thing. Ooh, I don't even know what that is. Wait, oh, bulgogi maybe? I don't know what that is, AD. Ooh, I love cars, my dream car. It's actually a members only emoji. I actually should just respond to you. Let me respond to you. Someone will probably beat me to it. I love cars. Here you go. Boom. That is my dream car. Favorite place to hike in Minnesota? Anywhere along Lake Superior up north. Any of those hiking trails. There's a really good hiking trail called Temperance up there, and it's stunning. It's actually challenging. Like you're going at like a decent like 45-degree angle, like up dirt, up rock. There's some really cool hiking trails here, not just up north. Okay, who did I miss? Don't scare yourself like that. This is Brian. I know the cheese dropped. KT, these are actually not a food item. These earrings are little jingle bell earrings that I kept from Christmas. They're not cherries, they're not radishes. But not for me, says Joseph Stevens. Rich with the Minnesota emojis. I'm in Minnesota. Oh, cool. Well. Where in Minnesota are you located? Goko F14, hello. What show everyone loves but you cannot stand? This is the easiest question in the whole wide world. The show that everyone seems to love and I absolutely despise is Friends. I'm just like, can we? No, absolutely not. Favorite place when you want warm, godly weather? Honestly, here. I mean, Minnesota is my favorite place in the whole world, and people just think we're like an Arctic tundra and we don't have like much of a summer. It gets really freaking hot in Minnesota. So honestly, today I was outside on a walk after work and it was like beautiful, sunny with a light breeze, just about 70 degrees. Like it feels just like warmth, but you're not getting like sweaty and like gross when you're outside. Banana Man is here. Awesome. I have driven my 9-year-old Tesla 100,000 miles. Oh my gosh. Wow, your favorite Mexican. Buckeye Buds, who is a member. Hello. Vroom vroom. Hi, Pinky. Let me see how oh, they're simmering. I gotta add one more cup to this. One more cup. Shoot, I was not paying attention. That's okay. Okay. I'm a little distracted, but that's okay. All right, what do you usually eat for breakfast? I eat tofu scramble. Banana Man had a great Wednesday. How about you? Land Rover, I love Land Rovers too. Bronco, yes, the Oreo Ritz. I have seen the premiere of The Last of Us season 2. I only just watched it this past weekend. So I like to watch The Last of Us with my mom, and my sister's also gotten into it as well. So like since I go live on Sunday nights, it's not a good night for me to watch the live episodes. So I actually wait until Thursday. So like the Thursday after the episode drops, so I'm like a few days behind, like when the newest episode aired. So I have not seen the second episode. Can't wait to see it. I'll be watching it tomorrow night at my parents' house. Bulgogi. Oh, I see. Okay, I was confused. Spicy rice cakes. Ooh, yum. That sounds really good. Have you tried a chicken patty? At some point, yes, when I was not vegan as a child. I am 100 with you, friend, says Ellen. Yeah, I think like Stone Papa Smurf, I just generally cannot stand shows with laugh tracks because it feels so like dumbed down. Like they need to play a laugh track to like convince you that it's funny. And it's not funny. It's just that, to me, that is so annoying. I will not watch any show that has a laugh track. 70 with a nice breeze is the perfect day. Yeah, it was like, the thing is with Minnesota, we have such a long winter that when it does get nice out in the springtime, in the summertime, and the, you know, early part of fall, I mean, it's like everyone's been inside and, you know, holed up, and it's been freezing for so long that it's like there's this exodus of people just going outside, and it's like flooded. You'd think there was like an event going on or a celebrity, because it's just suddenly everyone is outside to enjoy the beautiful weather. It was so nice today, Jesse. Seinfeld, don't find Seinfeld funny. Bardo Nomad is here. Hi, Asia Alexandria with the CR7 emojis. Love it. I think, did I misattribute that? No, it was Rich who said that, or Rich who gave the first 3 Cristianos. Asia Alexandria said hi. Hi, Kevin Logan. Here in Scotland, we've been on wildfire warning. That's insane to me. I do not think of Scotland as being dry. Wow. That's really sad. I Heart Ducks, I'm making lasagna. I've got a bunch of lasagna noodles I have been meaning to use for months. I got this box in my Christmas stocking from my parents, and these are chickpea noodles. They are gluten-free, organic, vegan. I think all that's in here is chickpeas or chickpea flour. Oh, I'm wrong. No, it's chickpea flour, yellow lentil flour, and red lentil flour. So it's like lots of protein going on. 13 grams of protein per serving. And they're manufactured in, or no, they're made in Italy, but it looks like manufactured, I guess maybe packaged in Canada. So yeah, I will be using these chickpea flour lasagna noodles for this lasagna. Should be fun. Shout out to Minnesota. Yes, Arnold. Okay, there was Asia Alexandria with the Cristiano emojis. Hi, Shooter Gaming. Good to see you. Doing well. Happy it's Wednesday evening. I love getting to Wednesday evenings because you're like, I got 2 days to go until it's the weekend. Jamie, I am a Vikings fan. I have a Vikings jersey, but I don't really like the Twins. I'll support them. I won't root against them, but I really don't like baseball. Do you watch shows and movies with subtitles? Yes. I actually love, like, the show I'm watching right now, which is called The White Queen. All my shows, I just put subtitles on. And I personally love it because sometimes I will, oh, that sucks. No, I only had the first episode, I think, for free. That's so unfortunate. Anyways, whatever. What was I saying? I like to put subtitles on, especially, so like, to give you an example, I recently binged the first 3 Paranormal Activity movies, and sometimes, like, the best part about subtitles is they will actually include non-spoken cues for the viewer, where it's like, in Paranormal Activity, it's like demonic activity, spooky haunted house, and you're watching the subtitles and like one of the characters says, "What was that?" And then in parentheses or brackets it says like low growl or quiet rustling. So that it'll give you like a written prompt of what's going on. And sometimes like they're so quiet that you don't hear like what's actually in the film. So I love putting on subtitles because you'll actually, and sometimes the subtitles will, like if there's a scene where people are driving in a car and there's like a light radio music background noise, sometimes the subtitles will include like the track that's playing and the artist. Like the Bee Gees X song, whatever it's called, playing softly. Like, I like the cues that you get with the subtitles. Asia with Chelsea and Arsenal. Your favorite Mexican has family in Blaine. I absolutely love Blaine so much. Minnesota is famous for several things. We are the birthplace of Bob Dylan. We are the birthplace of Prince. We are well known for our lakes. We are known for the Mayo Clinic, which is one of the absolute best research hospitals and treatment centers in the world. Like, international celebrities and people send family members to the Mayo Clinic here. I would say we're known for, I know I'm missing some people. Oh, Charles Schultz is a Minnesotan. Dorothy from The Wizard of Oz. Judy Garland is from Minnesota. I would say generally we're known for like our music scene. That's pretty solid here. We're known for our winters, obviously. It's pretty cold here. And I would say like for our very like scenic, particularly like the North Shore, the shore of Lake Superior that touches the northern part of the state. Daniel, sorry to hear that. Cool, Hannah says the Oreo Ritz. I'm just gonna check my, I'm so glad I did, you guys. Woo! These lentils were just like bubbling up. I'm gonna get a little bit of the grit off the top of these. Sorry, I know I'm behind in the chat, my bad. All right, so this is what they're looking like. I'm gonna give them a stir. And apologies, guys. Let me just stir this and then try to quickly speed read what's going on in the chat. Ooh. Okay, I think it'll behave. Hi Antonio, Geno Giovante, maybe it's Gino. Chloe, hello. Peter says, I swear subtitles sometimes miss words. Yeah, I have no doubt about that. Brian says, I can imagine little Hannah going with her parents and screaming, I want chicken nuggets. I want chicken nuggets. I actually, so my order at McDonald's, when I would have Happy Kids meals and Mighty Kids meals for like the older kids, I would prefer to get chicken nuggets instead of a cheeseburger in my Happy Kids meals and my Mighty Kids meals. I don't even know if they do those anymore at McDonald's because I have not ordered a meal at McDonald's in probably 2 decades, just because there's really not much that's vegan there. Did you ever watch Meet the Parents? Yeah, I don't like comedy movies. It's so like lame to me. There's nothing like captivating about those movies. I love a very captivating movie, whether like Dune is even though I'm not a big sci-fi like Star Wars like space person in terms of movies, I just want to see like something that's visually like incredible or action-packed, like the Terminator series, the Jason Bourne series, the Ocean's 11 series. Obviously, horror films are very like edge of your seat gripping, where you're like, oh my God, the zombie's gonna pop out, or the ghost is gonna come, or the scary grudge girl is gonna come get them. It's like I need something that's like really captivating in a movie, and I find that rom-coms, comedies, documentaries can be captivating depending on what it is. But it's just kind of those like mid movies where it's just kind of like there's no action, there's no drama, there's no horror, there's no suspense. I'm just kind of like, I'm so bored. Like, this is not what I want to watch. I don't want to pay to watch this. Shooter Gaming says, Hannah, I was watching the news. Have things increased a lot in price in America? The thing is, they've been increased, like things have just gotten so expensive for several years now that I'm just kind of like, I don't know. I'm just kind of accustomed to how, like, I remember what the prices used to be, especially before the pandemic, and now I think about what they are now. Just like what certain grocery items cost. I can't even remember, but the thing is, I'm like, I can't do anything to change these prices, so I just kind of have to keep buying, especially food. It's like I can't stop buying food. Hi, Daniel Babowski. All right. Bree says, I'm back. Minnesota has a lot of lakes. Yes, 10,000 lakes. Has anyone seen the kids' movie WALL-E? I watched WALL-E. Yeah, whenever it came out. Laura. Win for Subtitles says NC. Hi, Chloe. Louder Milk. Antonio, okay, saw you. Arsenal played Crystal Palace today. Won't say anything. Thank you for not saying anything. Yabba dabba do. I have no idea. I didn't even know there was a game today. Also, yabba dabba do. Oh my god, I'm looking at your profile picture and it's me. That is so funny. Oh man, I love that. I love watching with subtitles on. My daughter got me doing that. I don't want to miss anything. Yes, Laura, that is exactly how I feel about subtitles. It feels like sometimes characters, if the actors are speaking with an accent in English, or they're speaking very fast, or they're like shouting over each other, if there's like a fighting scene where they're like over talking, sometimes you miss like little comments or little words, and it's like, what did they say? Like, I didn't catch that. It was too fast. It was something, whatever. I couldn't get all of it. Like subtitles, I love them because I feel like they fill in the gaps, like the little gaps of where sometimes it's just really difficult to understand what someone is saying or what was said in a scene. Ways Faisal is here. Let's see, Laura is saying, yes, Peter. They miss words because I look for things, especially when I cannot understand or hear it. Dominique says, hello, Hannah, we're finally getting warmer weather. I was out tonight and it was absolutely stunning. I was so happy about it. All right, I'm just looking at my lentils. Looking nice. I'm hoping they don't get too mushy. Also, I have not been, let's see, I've been on here for 43 minutes already. Goodness. Maybe leave them on there for a few more. All right. Okay, I've never heard any of those shows before. They have to be a drama soap opera. They're not soap operas. They're actually based on real events that happened in the 1400s and the 1500s. Gladiator comedy musical, I would watch that. Yes, I've seen WALL-E, Laura. You're like an action girl, yes. I need something that has me really like, oh my God, what's gonna happen? Whether it's a very dramatic film or like The Revenant, like very dramatic, you're like, oh my God, this poor guy, is he gonna survive? What's gonna happen? And then horror, I feel like those two are the most captivating like categories because they're both like, oh my gosh, I'm so like wanting to know what's happening here. Crazy Barber with the hearts. You would like Dexter? I have thought about watching Dexter because I remember seeing ads for it when I think it was in its heyday when I was a little too young to watch it. But I just saw I think it's the prequel called like Dexter Origin, whatever it is. It's basically maybe it's young Dexter. But I saw that and I was like, ooh, maybe I should start with this new series that's the prequel and then watch the original Dexter. Practicable movies, Ophelia says Arnold. Stuart Girl is here. Caleb Barney is here. Food prices are dropping though. I feel like they haven't seemed crazy to me going to the grocery store or buying things online. But also I feel like I've just kind of gotten, like it was really, I remember distinctly, this was probably 2021, 2022. And I had a specific veggie burger that I loved to buy from the supermarket. And I just remember, like, over the span of, I don't know, 6 months, 8 months, it was like I would go back for it and the price just was slightly higher, and then I remember when it jumped from like being $4.99 to 5 something, and then slowly it crept up to 6, and then it kept going, and I'm just like, it's so annoying watching your regular grocery items just continue to go up, because you're like, what the heck, it's the same thing, and now it just keeps going higher. So maybe, I mean, I feel like I haven't been frustrated lately. I think I've just gotten accustomed to where things have kind of like leveled off in price. I wouldn't say things are cheap, but whatever. Girls gotta eat. Yes, we have many Costco's here. MC. Red says hi. Preppy Sweetie, thank you. Thanks for answering. I put it in the chat again because I thought it got lost while you stirred the pot from the stove. Okay, yep. Thanks for putting it in again. Laura, catnap, yes, I'm vegan. Micah is here. Hi, Daniel Cruz. Robert, hello, Robert Arnson. STL Greg, hope all is well with you. I'm doing well. See, they're casting for the next Hunger Games. Surely it's getting played out. Why do they need another Hunger Games? They just made it 10 years ago. Tobias is from Sweden. Hello, Tobias. 2 hours, 12 minutes, more to go to reach your last allocated time. Ishmael says, cucumber. This is actually a zucchini. Thank you, Downtown. Anyone watch all the seasons of Alone? No, I actually haven't seen Alone, but I'd like to. Where'd you get these earrings? These are from Amazon. I ordered them back in December. If you go and search for, I don't know if they'd come up now, but I searched Amazon for, I think it was Christmas Jingle Bell earrings, and found these. These were maybe like $15. I love his subconscious moments, says Arnold. Okay, I got it. I think you're talking about Dexter. Stuart Girl has to go. Sounds good. Hi, David Macron. There's, all right, best of luck, Stuart Girl. David Macron says, happy Wednesday, same to you. Claudio, can I ask you Americans a question? What do you think about the death of, oh, I saw that. I was like, oh, I just like, I'm not Catholic. I was not raised Catholic. Neither of my parents are, like, I don't have any Catholics in my family. All of my relatives are, I mean, we've got some Orthodox Christians in my family. We've got some like Protestant, mostly Lutherans in my family, but no Catholics I can think of. But I respect the head of the Catholic Church, and I think he did a lot of good in his lifetime. So I saw that and I was just like, oh, like, it's just like, he's such a familiar face, like I feel like it's nice having like a leader who's there, like, even if you are not part of like his community, it's just like I feel like he's been around for a while, and it's like I can think of times when I was in college and he popped up in the news, or when I was abroad and I saw him on a newsstand, and it's just like, oh yeah, like Pope Francis is in some country, like doing this thing, or he commented on this disaster and is encouraging charitable works or whatever. So it's like, it's just seeing that he passed away, I was like, oh, I'm sad, just because he's like a global figure for so many people, like a leader for so many people. So I was sad, but I would say I was like sad more on behalf of like the Catholic community. I'm just like, oh, like your leader passed, but like they're gonna be, they will be, I don't even know if electing is technically the right word, but they will be selecting the new pope, probably in the next few months, I would think. I don't know how the whole process plays out. Wondered when you'd spot the profile photo. I was like, I don't remember that profile picture for you. And so sometimes I will click on people's profiles just to see what it's about. And I was like, oh my God, wait, that's me. That's so funny. Okay, hi Mike K. Claudio, okay, I got that one about the Pope. Hi Yeet. David Macron, I'm making lasagna. 1 second, I am making some lentils. I'm a little nervous I might have overcooked them, but I'm just gonna go with these. So yeah, I will be assembling lasagna very soon. All right, how should I do this? I'm gonna strain these lentils in my sink. I should actually turn this so you can see me. I hate being off camera while I'm cooking. I do love Christmas. Yes, Kevin. Move some of this out of the way. I feel like there's just always so much junk. Mike K, thank you so much for the super chat. Who did I miss here? Liam GAHK, hello to you, or afternoon. It's evening for me. Let's see, I loved Alone. Okay, I had to change my profile pic again, says Micah. All right, where's the strawberry cheesecake? It'll come at some point. Have a little patience. Oh, I wanted to reply to Mike K. Like, heart, and say thank you so much. I appreciate you, Mike. Lasagna is my second favorite next to pizza. Nice. All right, so I am straining these lentils. I think they're a little overcooked, but you know what? I'd rather have a little overcooked than undercooked, because when you get undercooked lentils, they are crunchy, which is not fun. Silviano, hello. Let's see. Oh wow, we still talking about him, says Abdul Ali. All right, straining. I like your Silviano of the sunrise or sunset. Pizza then lasagna for me, says Mike. No meat in the lasagna, no. Instead of meat, I am cooking lentils. The lentils will be the protein. I actually think I might need a bigger pot than this. I think this, there's no way that there's this many lentils already. It's like half full. And like, I don't think both of these are gonna fit in here, guys. Yeah, I'm not gonna risk it. I'm gonna get a bigger, I'm gonna get my soup pot actually. All right. Mike says it's close. All right, who else? All right, I think I got to almost everybody's comments. I'm not Egyptian. All my friends know I have sunrise and sunsets because my Google account, profile picture, phone. Got it, okay. So, lentils. I think what I'm gonna do is just toss them in here. Yeah, these are a little mushy, guys. Robert says, no need to risk it. Yeah, there's no reason to make a mess here and have this overflow. And I have a perfectly large saucepan right here. Okay, so lentils are in here. I think they look fine. Just try to keep it a little bit clean as I go. Last time I had lasagna was like over 27 years ago. Who loves lasagna? All right. Now is the time to add these marinara sauces. I'm just gonna double check the recipe, make sure I'm following it correctly. I think the most fun part of this will be assembling the lasagna in the pan. Okay, drain the lentils in a strainer, then add back to the pot and stir in the marinara sauce and 2 25-ounce jars. And I will show you this lovely marinara sauce that I got. The brand is Classico marinara sauce, and this has plum tomatoes and olive oil and some other spices. So let me maybe shake it first. I like the Classico brand pasta. It's a really good brand. Lasagna, yes. Lasagna is happening tonight. Oh, this is so hard to open. Ouch. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Okay, first can. Oop. And then what I like to do, because there's still so much in here, is just add a little bit of water and shake the jar to kind of get whatever's left in there. Rich with the flexing. I'll open it for you. Come on, muscles. It's like, I don't even know if it's muscles. It's just, oh, like my hands. It's killing my hands. All right, so there's one. Ken to be, oh, that was Ken to be saying that. Asking your vegan wife for meatballs is next level, LOL. Sorry, I know I'm missing a few comments here. One sec. All right. Let me just open the chat and see what's going on here. Silviano, some people think I think you were saying, some people think I'm Italian. Some people at school think I'm Italian. You know the trick with the hot water to open bottles? Yes. It doesn't really work though for me. Miranda, hello. Don't those jars have measurements on the side as well? Yes, these do have measurements on the side. Hi, Kenda B. Okay, this one was way easier. God. All right. Same with this one. Try to get some of this out of here. Hi, Eva and Chris188. All right, see what we can get out of here on the second try. Asia, you are not new. Jar is right, LOL. Hit the bottom. Okay. So that's it for second jar, and that's it for the sauce. Yabba-dabba-doo. It's the London Marathon. Wow, that's so crazy. Oh my goodness. Wow, came so fast. I do have the London Marathon on my bucket list. Yabba-dabba-doo. Let's see what else you said. Nice, really got all the sauce. Yes, Peter. So when are you coming over to take part? Crazy numbers. Oh my God, 850,000 applied and 56,000 running. Imagine a football crowd running toward you. Yeah, I mean, I've run in some, well, only actually one marathon race here in Minnesota, but it draws a lot of competitors because it's a qualifier for some of the major like the bigger marathons, and it's a pretty easy marathon race course compared to other, like Boston is said to be pretty brutal, for example. But yeah, I feel like it's gotten competitive in the running field. I think more and more people are taking up running, distance running, marathon running. So there's more people running and more people who want to run in these races, and it's just, yeah, it's pretty wild. So the sauce is ready. I am going to set this aside for a moment while I quickly clean and chop the zucchini. So let me turn my camera a little bit. Hi, I'm new, LOL. I know, I was like, what is this? You are not new. You're a member and you've been a member for a while. Okay, so now let's grab a cutting board. Excuse me. Oh, awesome sauce. Thank you. And I love how much patience you have with yourself, says Laura. Marshmallow Man is here. Hello, hello, welcome back. I have a black brace on my left wrist and the pain in my left wrist is stabilized. I have to wear this till June. Okay. Well, I hope your recovery goes well, Micah. Egyptian, Italian. The only time I'm running is if there's flashing lights behind me. That's funny. That's definitely that's not a good time to be running. Oh man. Okay, so let's chop the zucchini. I'm gonna grab a little bowl. I think this is gonna make a lot of lasagna, you guys. Haley is here. I don't know if I could let myself be seen on a live. Honestly, like it's fun. It's not that scary. You just show up however you want to show up. I mean, like trolls and haters are just an inevitable part of the internet, and especially if you decide to like put yourself out there on the internet. But it's like not that hard. You definitely could do it. You just turn on your camera and talk to people. All right, so I'm just trimming off some little bruises that I see. Let's see. Okay, that's looking good. So Peter is asking, do I like eggplant? It's one of those things, I've had it prepared very well, but I've also had it prepared in such hideous ways where it was like overcooked, slimy, stringy, just terrible, terrible texture. So yeah, I'm not sure about, I'm okay with eggplant, but it is very dependent on how it's been prepared. Let's see, I'm leaving by Chris. Hi, Big Minnie. I'm getting hungry, says David. I'm excited to see what this lasagna looks like when I'm done with it. Thank you, Ken, for the bless you. Hi, Ellie. Okay, sounds like they've limited you, Micah, for your recovery. You can freeze it for later, yes. There are actually freezing instructions with the recipe that I'm following for this. Okay. All right, I feel like these pieces aren't too, I'm like questioning if I've cut them. I kind of did wedges, but now I'm like, should they be smaller than this? I'm just gonna stick with the wedges and see what happens. I think they're a good size. It's not easy to do a live if we have 1 or 2 subscribers. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, you just have to grow your channel, like grow, and be consistent about it. And then over time, people will come to your live streams. Especially if they know your schedule when you go live. I think consistency and a predictable schedule is really helpful if you're trying to grow your community on here. Be sure to share with everyone. I love broccoli with garlic. Me too, yes. Sometimes it's such a nice, simple dish. Laura says, I think I have 1 subscriber. It's not 0. What is the cheese substitute? I will show you. It is this wonderful brand I've used before. It's called Violife. Plant-based or dairy-free vegan cheese. It's made with coconut oil, potato and tapioca, olive extract, beta-carotene for color, vitamin B12, some starches, cornstarch, salt. Yeah, it's really good. I love this. Love this brand. Billie Eilish Shorts is here. Awesome. I like Billie Eilish. She cracks me up. The queen of the Gen Zs. Ever try a cheese grater with zucchini? Oh, it gets so messy. It gets everywhere. No, I'm not a big fan of doing that to a zucchini. But I mean, I've seen people use it. I prefer to chop mine. Let's see. Micah says BRB. Last time I ate a steak, that would have been sometime probably when I was a teenager, like maybe 16 or 17. I thought you had to have 100 subscribers to go live. I have no clue what the rules are anymore. Is that the knife Salve uses? Probably not. I mean, this is a nice knife, but I feel like his would be like the ultimate fancy knife. How do you get your plant protein intake? Great question. This is great because I'm making lasagna tonight, and the noodles that I'm using are made out of beans. So this has chickpeas, otherwise known as garbanzo beans, and this flour that makes the noodles also contains yellow lentils and red lentils, and it has 13 grams of protein per serving. Jif for sure, Joe time. Lentils are high in protein and iron. The zucchini and the sauce. The zucchini is going to be a layer when I assemble everything. Thanks. You got this too. It's just 40 subscribers. Greeting from Tallahassee, Florida. Pimp Martin, good to see you again. Hi, LB Watson. Good to see you as well. All right, I'm going to quickly get my knife cleaned off. from my city. Uh-oh, what's going on in Tallahassee? Tell us, Pimp Martin. I don't know. I haven't been watching the news as much these days. I kind of get a little, like my morning feed as like I'll put on a video or some kind of podcast episode as I'm getting ready for the day, like washing my face, brushing my teeth, tidying my hair. But then once I'm like at work, I try to stay focused and not distracted. So I feel like I'm not totally up to date. Also, I'm so sorry guys. Once again, I forgot to close the poll at the 1 hour mark. Asia Alexandria with the squirrel emojis. Okay, I will close the poll and surprise, surprise, guys, as it pretty much always happens, the first option got the most votes. So I just ended the poll and I will let you know the results in just a second. Thanks for the reminder, Rich. Eva says, oh man, I gotta go to bed, dumb school tomorrow. That's okay, you can come back on Friday. That's the next day the next time I'll be going live. Enjoy the lasagna. Thank you, Eva. Thank you, LB. I like the color red too, not just for wearing, but just like visually. I think it's really stunning. It's really powerful. That sounds cringy, but it's a very striking color. Like when I go to art museums, for example, I'm like drawn naturally to the ones with like the very bright reds and blues and just stunning colors. And I don't have a ton of red in my wardrobe. I tend to stick to like very neutral, dark colors, black, navies, grays, some whites, and then like a little bit of color. And I'm like, I need to add some color here. This is just, it's so dark. Okay, poll results. The question was, guess my favorite Renaissance era show. The Tudors got the most. It's not the Tudors because that was listed first, but I do love the Tudors. Rain got 26% of the vote, and it is Rain. Nice job, guys. So for those of you who don't know, Rain was a show that aired between, I believe, 2013 and 2017, which kind of hurts my soul because it started over a decade ago now. It was such a fun show. I was in college during those years, or most of those years. So I remember seeing it. I freaking love that era of history, and Rain is focused on Mary Queen of Scots and all the drama of her life and her rival, who was the Queen of England. And she spent like most of her life I don't know if it was most, but she spent her young years in France. She married the French like Dauphin, who was gonna basically like the prince. And what's really funny, if you guys ever watch Rain versus other movies or shows about Mary Queen of Scots, I love Rain, but they take some massive creative licenses when it comes to historical facts, where it's like these are real people, real events that occurred, but there's also a lot of fictional characters and a lot of plot lines where you're like, yeah, that definitely like didn't happen. But it's very fun. Okay, guess the average life expectancy for Ethiopia. Ooh, I wouldn't guess it's very great compared to like Western countries. I'm gonna go with, maybe it's like 65. What is it, NC? Red is a very passionate and bold color. Yes, Laura. Asia says, I have a big knife. I'm gonna put this on my knife block. And I should think about what other question I should ask you guys, another poll question. Maybe another like zombie apocalypse one or a royalty one. I gotta think about this. I had no idea what you were talking about. I just literally took my best guess and got it right. Oh, nice. Nice job, Laura. I used to make stuffed courgette. Must try again. Don't like zucchini. Oh, I see. Because I was like, wait, hold on. Isn't courgette zucchini, but it sounds like you don't like saying. Oh my gosh, NC, I got it right. Yes. Amazing. I didn't even look. Woo. Yeah, I was thinking, so like, The thing is, I would say like genetically, I'm trying to think of all the factors here. So like what the Ethiopians in modern Ethiopia have working for them is I think that traditional Ethiopian foods are extremely healthy, extremely wholesome, plant-based for the most part, but like it's very unprocessed. And there are a lot of meats in Ethiopian cuisine. So I would say the Ethiopian diet is great. The climate is pretty great. People walk, people run. They have like some of the best distance runners in the world. I think what hurts Ethiopia though, and why they don't have as long of a life expectancy as like the West, would be poor medical care, probably higher rates of like infant mortality or deaths during childbirth, more incidents of disease. They just have more tropical, like dangerous diseases over there, like yellow fever, malaria. My dad, for those of you who don't know, he's from Ethiopia, and he recently, like last summer, actually this is almost a year ago now, but he took a trip to Ethiopia and he had to get so many vaccines for all the diseases that are just existing over there. So I feel like it's kind of a mix of like certain things help people there be healthy and then other things aren't as great, especially out in the rural parts. Robert says, yeah, you got it. All right, Arnold. No, in college, Kevin, I majored in political science and German language. I was a double major. You're on point with all the contributing factors. It's like, I have to use what I know about, especially because it's like, I'm half Ethiopian. I know a lot through my dad, and like, I've eaten a bunch of, I eat Ethiopian food all the time. So it's like, diet is great. Lifestyle is generally great. I think genetically, they tend to be pretty lean, skinny, petite, I would say is the like stereotypical Ethiopian build. And there's not as much processed food everywhere. I mean, in the capital and the big cities, sure. But yeah, I mean, they're still a developing country. So that means like they're not gonna have as good of roads. They're not gonna have as good of hospitals. Public health awareness probably isn't as great. Sanitation codes, vaccine uptake. What else would be? And then just like the bugs and the critters and the infectious diseases in Ethiopia just are worse. I would say more dangerous than most of the United States. All can do is shred. The group I subbed, thank you. Happy Life is here. So happy to have you here, thank you. All right. All right, on the west side of Africa, the country of Niger has the highest birth rate out of all other countries in the world. I mean, I would expect it to be in a developing country and not a developed country, because if you actually, this is interesting, and people are actually kind of worried about this, because if you look at most Western countries, the birth rates are declining rapidly. Like I know South Korea is below replacement rate. Like women are not having as many kids that can replace the population. Like it's fewer and fewer. I think Russia is below the replacement rate. Several countries in Europe are below replacement rate. So I'm thinking like, I don't know about US. I think it's tending to be that way, but not as extreme as other places. It's tough though, because I'm like, dude, it's so expensive to live in the United States. And you have millennials and Gen Zs who most of us, like, we're just so priced out of even purchasing a home for ourselves. So it's even harder beyond purchasing a home to afford a child or to raise a child responsibly. So yeah, it's interesting. We'll see how it all shakes out. Arnold, I hope I get to live a long and healthy life. That is the goal. Hi Syed, Kazim Craftico is here, so good to see you as well. Let's see, Ladybug is here still. Happy Life, yes. I feel I always miss the beginning, no worries. I just roasted some, not really roasted, but I I cooked some lentils and made a marinara sauce with the lentils in it. And then I chopped a zucchini. And now is the fun part where I assemble the lasagna right here in the baking dish. Philosophy because of your ability to talk on subjects, but political science was not far from philosophy. I would say within political science, at least my degree program, we had to read a lot of philosophy. So yeah, it was like built into political science. Massive decline in birth rate worldwide. I know it. The thing is, it's like I feel sad about this. Like it's sad to think about a world where like there's way more people who are like above the age of 50 and like way fewer children. Like if you just think about being in a world where you're way more likely to see way like older grown adults and fewer children, I'm like, that's kind of sad. Like I feel sorry for like the kids that'll just have fewer kids around. It has very big implications for the workforce. It's like if you don't have enough workers to support companies and the economy, like what does that mean? Fewer young people able to support older people, whether it's healthcare, regular caretaking, paying into Social Security. Like it's interesting, but it doesn't seem like a great trend. So it's a bummer. Like I see how it's not great in terms of like status quo continuing on, but at the same time I'm like, well, there's a reason. Like the decline in birth rates isn't happening for no reason. There's a reason why all these countries have falling birth rates, and like some of it has to do with women wanting careers and wanting freedom, don't want to have when you're pregnant, you have to be out of the workforce. If you're pregnant multiple times, you have to take multiple leaves. And so you earn less income over all those gaps in your employment. But then you also have just like the cost of everything going up, and you have like single people and married people struggling to make it work. All my friends who are married or basically partnered and going to be married or just lifetime partners, like none of them have houses. They all rent because it's just like we can't afford to buy a house that's $500,000. You just can't. So if you can't even afford a home, you're still renting. It's tougher because I think most couples or most people who are going to be parents would like to raise a child in a single family home in case there's the baby's loud, you want more privacy, you don't have to worry about your landlord being strict or mean about young kids ramming around. It's very interesting. I have consumed so many videos and so many podcasts about this because I'm like, it bums me out. But I feel like something has to change to incentivize people to have kids, because I think there's a lot of incentives not to have kids. Also, there's a lot of people who look at the global outlook when it comes to climate change, like the climate's getting warmer, the sea levels are rising. It's just like climate change doesn't seem to be going away. And so they're like, people straight up say like, I just don't want to bring more humans into a world where the climate is getting more dangerous and unstable, where like dangerous temperatures, it's not safe to go outside, or there's more freak weather occurrences like hurricanes and tornadoes. So there's a bunch of reasons when people have been surveyed, like why don't you want to have kids, if they say I don't, and they've listed a bunch of different reasons as to why. I'm so fascinated by it, so I like reading about it. But there's an Ethiopian in the top 3 in the London Marathon, followed by Gordon Ramsay. I wonder if Gordon is running. Yabba dabba do. Let's see. I'm just gonna Google this. Is Gordon Ramsay running the London Marathon 2025? I should specify. No, he's not. Dude, his PR is sub 3. What? His PR is 2:58:54. He has run multiple world majors, including the London Marathon. Goodness. Dude, this man is like the Terminator. I don't get it. Okay, so apparently he posted on Instagram. I'm going to his Instagram right now. I love Gordon so much. He's the best. So Gordon, 3 days ago, he says, good luck to all the runners tackling the Boston Marathon. Oh wait, Boston? What? I thought this would have said, never mind. When was Boston? When was Boston Marathon? Oh, Jesse, thank you so much. Okay, so Google AI said that he's not, but I'm like doubting it because this man operates on literally 3 hours and is insane. Oh, Gordon. You guys, I'm such a stan of like Gordon and his wife Tana. They're like the sweetest. Oh, so precious. I'm like such a fangirl. I'm like, can I be your friend? Okay, back to the chat. Thank you so much, Jesse. Right, shoot, I'm trying to like this and heart it. I hope it let me do that. There we go. Thank you so much, Jesse. You are so sweet. All right, I missed some people. Oh God, I quickly skim through and I see Yabba Dabba Doo talking about Rise of the Robots. Yes, it is happening. Happy Life says, I don't have kids. I think if I found a great woman, then I might get married and have kids. That's another thing too, where people are just, some people who get to, especially women, because there's a limited time when you can have biological kids. They're like, I just didn't meet the right partner. I met my guy at like 50 or 60. It was beyond my time of having kids. But in some cases, like another reason why women specifically don't have kids is they're like, I just didn't find a candidate or a partner that I truly felt would be a good dad. Like I did not want to have a kid with these people I was dating. And then they meet someone later, but it's just their time, like the season of having kids is behind them. Just came, what are you cooking? Sandra, Yusuf, I'm making lasagna and I'm like an hour and a half into this live stream and I haven't even put it in the oven. Okay, let's get assembling this lasagna. Okay, Jesse, no, was it? Wait, hold on, LB. It's almost like we are living in the movie Children of Men. Yes, oh my God, LB. Let me see if I have the book. I love that story. Oh my gosh. I love that you mentioned this because you guys, I love Clive Owen. And so it's based on a book, but actually I kind of want to reread this now that you mention it because the premise of this book, I'll just read it. It's like the human race has become infertile. The last generation to be born is now adult. Very sad. I mean, we're not in the same scenario, but it's kind of like a twin scenario where people can have kids, but they're just choosing not to more and more. Which is like, can you imagine like a society where only a tiny, tiny sliver of the population is children like under the age of 10 and everyone else is like teenagers and above. Like it's pretty spooky to think about. But yeah, if you guys haven't read this, definitely read this and watch the movie. It's very good. Very spooky. Okay. Jesse says, on average, it's $300,000 to raise a child. Just looked it up. I thought it would be more. Actually, Jesse, I think that is like wildly underestimating the cost. I think that is so incorrect when you think about, so it's like from the ages of 0, like take this from me. I have a friend, again, this is an extreme case, but I have a friend, he and his wife but they had their baby, maybe a year and a half ago, and the baby was born with some health complications at birth. And the baby needed surgery in the like NICU, intensive care unit, where it was like surgery to, make sure the baby was okay. And my friend told me that before insurance kicked in, but still you can kind of imagine what the cost would be, the cost of the procedures all totaled up was over $1 million. So it's like childbirth can be crazy expensive. And then you have all the costs from age 0 to age 18, assuming that the parents raise the kid until they're a legal adult. It's honest, I think $300K is way lowballing it for raising a kid. When you think of food, school supplies, clothing, extra utility bills, driving them around, extra gas money, medical care, vaccines. I mean, they grow, so you have to keep buying them new clothes, new shoes. I know I'm forgetting stuff, but I seriously doubt that $300K is the right estimate. Rise of the Robots, yes. Yabba dabba do, hi chicken. You don't see kids playing outside either, yes. I know, it's so grim, you guys, but I mean, it's good to talk about because things, like the world is changing demographically. And I know, I feel like just saying his name, people get so upset, but I do listen to what Elon Musk has to say because it's like he's everywhere, he's doing things, he's building companies, whatever. And like I would say the declining, dropping childbirth rates is something he is like extremely worried about. He's like, this is not like, society can't keep going on the way it is if we just have like no kids that are being born. Like we are not gonna have, you know, companies, things like continuing on if we don't have kids. Ooh, sub 3, that's really impressive. I saw Rich gave a super thanks, so I want to say thank you to Rich. Live Your Life, says Henry. Wholeheartedly agree. Sorry, I know I'm behind. That was like a long convo, but it's, you guys, it is one of like the forefront issues of our day, is the fact that in like across the Western world, like very developed countries, like people are just having way fewer kids or no kids at all. And that has like massive implications for our future. Hi, Deborah. Under 3 hours, amazing. Sorry, I know I'm way behind. I was yapping, as the Gen Zs say. Jesse for the win. Good morning, the hater Parthik Heswaran. I think I'm just generally afraid to have kids. I lean yes on kids. I have felt, I really like, I just have a sense that kids are in my future, but I have conversations with parents who are like older parents of adult kids, and then I also see my friends who have like newborns or toddlers, and not gonna lie, it consistently looks so excruciatingly exhausting. Like exhaustion like you've never known in your whole life. And I'm just like, ooh, I crumble when I don't get enough sleep. So that would be very frightening, thinking like, man, I might not get a full night's rest for weeks, for months, if your kid is having issues and can't sleep and is throwing fits or is in the hospital. Like, oh, it's very like, it's impressive when you see parents getting through all this, but as an outsider, it's pretty stressful to see and hear about. Alina is here. Okay. Albie says, I'm highly impressed. All right. Deb in the building. We already have robots. Are you human or AI? I am human, Antonio. I know it's nice to see kids outside playing and using their imagination, and that's why I grew up always outside. Me too. Great analogy. I think of all the things you could enjoy if there are just no kids in the world. If there are just no kids in the world. Oh, it's so sad though. Chris says, I'm sad, way too many iPad kids. Yes, Jesse, I'm haunted by this. I'm so haunted by this. I was like driving past, like I was passing by a T-Mobile store, and there was a mom, I'm assuming, in the store talking with the salesperson, and it looked like her two kids were sitting right next to her, or like, I don't know, standing, and both of them are just like this, like watching their iPad, and I'm just like, oh my God, this is, the number of like little kids I see on devices it stresses me out. It really stresses, because I'm like, this just can't be good. Okay, so, blah, 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 blah. I will keep going with this lasagna. I also wanted to feature another reason why I decided to make this lasagna. So my mom had made this lasagna for me over Easter weekend, and she made a huge batch of this, I think it's like tofu ricotta that goes into the lasagna. And she sent me home with a tub of it, and it has some basil in it, and it's made from cashews. I think it's both cashew and tofu, yeah. So this is what it looks like. She sent this home with me, and she's like, I hope you use it. I made a bunch of it. So I am using my mom's tofu cashew ricotta. Thank you, Mom. All right. When is your next live gonna be, Deb? I am gonna be live this Friday at 8 p.m. Central Time. Hope to see you there. Let's see. Also, depending on where the person lives, can be over 300K or under. Yeah, I mean, there's like too many I feel like kids are so different. I mean, and just circumstances can be different. Like, is the family renting? Are they paying a mortgage? Some families that are very low income can't afford to have their kids doing a bunch of activities. Some parents put their kids in a bunch of things, like really expensive sports leagues, piano lessons, violin lesson, the musical stuff, or Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, transportation to all these events. Like it just, and then say you have a child that's born with a certain health condition that requires extremely expensive, you know, drugs, injections, whatever it may be. Like if you have, say you have a kid with type 1 diabetes, like that kid is gonna need some kind of like insulin pump or medical something. I don't know what it looks like these days, but it's just like the costs from kid to kid are so different. Like you can have a kid with like zero expenses, like pretty simple, eats all this food and goes about their life. And then some kid that really needs like extra tutoring sessions, extra whatever, needs some like yeah, medical treatment or medical something. So I don't know. Deb in the building, or especially have 40 kids because they tell them to do those things. All right, iPad or iPhone or gaming. Yes. Hi, it's Lucas. Hi, Lucas Cefalo. If you don't have kids, then you can be a great aunt or help out friends. The thing is, I have thought this, like if it turns out that I don't have my own biological kids, I am actually very interested in adoption. I think that would be very rewarding. And also, like, we have so many kids that are put up for adoption every year, and so many kids in the foster care system, which is not great. So I would be very interested in adopting a kid. You're still doing something without doing the parenting. Exactly. Yes, happy life. You are trying to be Martha Stewart. Not exactly. I would not say I'm trying to be exactly Martha Stewart, but she does a lot of stuff I love. So what? Oh, there's a car outside. It's annoying. So assembling the lasagna, finally, guys. Sorry for yapping and yapping. I think it says put 1 cup of this marinara sauce into the bottom of this. So I'm gonna grab my 1 cup and put it into the base of this lasagna / casserole dish. All right. Ooh, this is a little chunkier than I thought it would be. The marinara sauce, but that's okay. I feel like I need a little more. All right, so then I've never actually made lasagna before, guys, so we're just gonna see what happens. I'm just gonna shake it around like this. Make sure it gets even. All right. Next up, it says, but let me see what people are saying. Made a cat. Oh, with your punctuation, I think. What am I missing? Back and forth, back and forth. She's better than Martha Stewart. I'm not trying to compete with Martha Stewart. I love her. That woman is a machine. She is running circles around all of us, and the woman, I believe, is 82 or 83. It's one of those two numbers. She's incredible. Hear your car. That is someone else's car. Lasagna equals to Garfield. Can somebody tell me why a hospital charges $30,000 to $70,000 to have a child in the USA? Didn't they use to pop these things out in the tub? I don't know what I'm talking about. No, Jesse, you're right. I mean, it's so annoying and frustrating. But even just like, actually, if you guys go on TikTok or you go on YouTube and you just like, there are couples that will publish, like, they will show you their hospital bill for having a child. Like, I have so many strong feelings about this, but just the cost to give birth in the United States is insane. It is insane. I don't know. I think it's very inappropriate. So, yeah, it's terrible. No Kids in the World is diabolical. Hi, Tater Tot. No plans to make tortilla soup. Adoption is a blessing not only to you, but to them too. I meant respect to you. Keep doing your thing. I say that because I can't cook very well. What did you say earlier? She's better than Martha Stewart. Okay, back to the recipe. So it says after the 1 cup is in here of the sauce, spread it around evenly. Next, add 4 to 5 lasagna noodles uncooked, so out of the box. I'm gonna start with this opened box that my mom gave to me. So I actually have 2 of the, ooh, one of them actually you can see broke, but I'll just show you what these look like. You guys have probably seen lasagna noodles. These are a little bit different because they're made with chickpeas and lentils and not wheat flour. So they're just sheets like this. So, oh, you know, the thing is the lasagna, or the sauce has these big old chunks of tomatoes, which is kind of annoying. So I'm just gonna do it like this. And she said 4 to 5. 4 to 5 lasagna noodles. Okay. 1, 2. I don't know if they should be like on top of each other. Maybe I'll do 4. Yeah, 4 seems like a good idea. And here's one that broke a little. No, there's 2 that broke a little in here. So you can see this one is a little bit chipped. Oh, this pesky tomato in the bottom. I'm gonna do a little digging here and just kind of plop it back in. Because I want the lasagna noodle to lay flat. All right, and then maybe just, there's some crumbs in here, so I might just do like, you know, this. Hopefully this will be okay. And just, these are gonna turn into very soft noodles, so I'm just kind of putting the remnants into the pan. All right, so that's the end of this. Next, spread half of the ricotta on top of the noodles. Okay, so I'm gonna take this tub of ricotta and put half of this on top of these chickpea noodles. I see your comments, guys. I'll get back to you in just a second. Starboy with the Seth Rollins emoji, amazing. I'm doing well, Starboy. I'm making lasagna. Hidden, I don't talk about my personal life on here, but no worries. Medium coffee. These are not cherries, no, these are Jingle Bell earrings from Christmas time, and I've just kept on wearing them. Being a parent is very rewarding, so is being a grandmother. To be fair, to be honest though, Laura, not for everyone. It can be rewarding, but there are a lot of parents who have regrets about it. Sounds terrible, but like, there are a lot of parents out there who had kids for the wrong reasons, whether it was pressure from their family or their spouse, or they just felt like, oh, I should just do this because everyone else is doing it, go on Reddit and go on like YouTube and TikTok. Like, you will hear people say, I regret having children. I made the choice, but I wish I hadn't. So it's tricky. I mean, I think really for it to be rewarding, I think it needs to be a very, very well thought out choice. Like, do you actually want to do this? Because it isn't for everyone. Hate to say it, but hospital stay for childbirth here is free. I was gonna say, Rich, like, there should be no like business transaction or payment made or anything like that when it comes to delivering a child. Like, that is already so dangerous and so taxing, especially for the woman, that it's like actually obscene to me. It feels evil to be like charging the woman, and then like if she's partnered or married, to be charging this couple so much money to basically have safely delivered their child. It's so messed up, you guys. I hate it. Let's see. Arnold says, so pretty much whatever it costs to maintain you is the same amount you need to give your kid. Hi, Annabeth Boyd. Yabba dabba doo. Thankfully, we have the National Health Service in the UK, which is basically free, but paid from taxes. Dragon Caster Gaming. I'm making lasagna right now. I still want one more child. My daughters are grown now, says Antonio. Hannah creates the best bloopers, says Ken. I have two, if there are members here who have not seen the two blooper videos that I've posted from recent recipe videos, definitely check those out. Bree is back. Let's see. Jesse, oh, what did Jesse say? I love lasagna. I'm a rewind to catch up and speed through. I don't know what. Some people just pop on a child to fix relationships. Yeah, that's true, Jesse. Unfortunately, it's pretty messed up. Anna Luisa is here. Oh, okay, that's okay. What you're responding to? Yes, sad but true. I gotta go soon. Sadly, see you on Friday. Sounds good. Deborah or Deb. Hi, Rat King. Oh my gosh, Rat King. That reminds me of The Last of Us. The scary Rat King. I don't know. Do you guys think that the Rat King from The Last of Us is gonna make an appearance in season 2? I'm very scared. Hi, Kevin. Good to see you. Parker says too much indiscriminate breeding, in my opinion. I really think having a child is the single biggest decision any human can make, because you are literally creating another human, and that has huge consequences. And I think, unfortunately, there are so many people who just don't make that decision thoughtfully. And everyone's like, well, no, like, all, parents love, it's like, if everything worked out fine and dandy, we wouldn't have all these kids in adoption centers and foster care homes. Some kids are homeless. Like, it does not always work out, you guys. And that's what bums me out, is like, especially when you see a kid that's having a really hard time, and the kid is not well supported. I'm just like, it seems cruel, especially if the parents clearly are not interested in raising the child, or they're neglecting the child or harming the child in some way. It really, like, that really upsets me. All right, spreading out the ricotta cheese. Ricotta, not actually ricotta cheese. It's made with cashews and tofu. I'm loving this. I'm trying to get it spread very evenly. Laura, different strokes for different folks. Kevin, I'm having a very nice week so far. How about you? Lily was really toxic in a friendship. Oh, I don't know, Lily. I don't have advice for you. right, so this is looking pretty well spread. Oh, I can smell the basil in this. It's so nice. Maybe just a little bit more, but I want to save enough for the next layer. All right. And now, so sad, so much out of our control. I want to... Okay. It's really sad to see some kids in a very poor situations. They didn't ask to be in this. Yes, 100%. Yeah, think about this, guys. Like, no one consents to be born. Like, you are created without your consent because it's your parents who created you and you did not have any say in the matter. And some kids end up in really great families. The parents love them and the parents are super involved. But then you have so many kids, unfortunately, that are given up for adoption right away or put into the foster care system at some point. Or even worse, I would say, is you have parents that like neglect the kid, they harm the kid, they treat them very poorly, they treat them like a nuisance. And that is like the saddest thing ever. Some really great conversation. I know, I was thinking happy life, like we've had some very like heavy philosophical discussions tonight. I'm looking at this The Children of Men book sitting in front of me. Again, you guys really should read this. It's a spooky story. I read this like a decade ago and it didn't really register. I was like, oh, this is a fictional world. Like, this is not the current world. And it's kind of like, I think about it now where it's like, ooh, living in a world where there's no kids. Even like, look at the back of this book. It says, I know it's backwards, but it says, imagine a world with no children and no future. It's so crazy. Like, and it's not even that long. It's maybe like 240 pages, like pretty light as far as novel goes. None of us asked to be here. Yeah. Robert says it's sad. JGamer14. OMG. You look so, I don't know what that means. I don't know what word that is. Starboy, ooh, this has been full of some deep topics. I know. I love it though. I love talking about like the big topics of the day. All right. Ooh, shoot. Sorry, sometimes my browser freezes up on me. Oh, so annoying. Reload. Sometimes I feel like my browser just cannot handle this. All right. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Laura. I didn't see your latest comment. I was treated like a burden. Ugh. Like that, like no kid deserves that ever. So sad. Okay. So back to the recipe. Top with half of the spinach. Add about 1 cup of the marinara sauce over the spinach. Okay, I'm gonna see where the zucchini should come in here. Add some veggies if you want. Roast blah, blah, blah. Layer in the lasagna with the spinach layer. Okay, so I think I'll put the zucchini on top of the ricotta. So I don't wanna tip it too much, but so far I've got marinara, noodles, and tofu cashew ricotta. So let's just sprinkle these zucchinis throughout here. I love this. It's like very satisfying to put this together. Oh, I didn't put another trivia question for you guys. What are some questions you have? Like things you would want to know that I could do a trivia question about? It could be travel related, movie related, book related, current events related, you know, celebrities, sports. All right, lots of zucchini. Angel Del Rio, hello. Hello, hello. So zucchini is not the only veggie I'm putting in this lasagna. I'm also putting some baby spinach in here. And hopefully that will work out. I feel like when I do hear stories about kids being mistreated and taken away from the home, the parents go out and have more kids. Yeah, that sometimes happens where it's just two people who, like, I think of it this way. In some cases, it feels like the kid just was kind of a byproduct of their lifestyle, but they, like, the parents really had no interest in dealing with this consequence of their lifestyle, which is like, oh my god, that's so sad. That's a person. Like, you gotta take care of that person. Terrible. All right, so I think I'm just about done with the zucchini layer. This is so much fun, you guys. It's like Tetris, trying to find spots where the zucchini pieces will fit. So I'm gonna stop there. This is what the zucchini layer looks like. Lovely and green. Now I'm gonna put in some of this baby spinach that I picked up at the store. Mr. Aw Dang is here. Movie related, please. Okay. Miguel, buenos dias. ¿Qué cocinamos? Lasagna, Miguel. First book you remember reading, last book you read. First book I remember reading, ooh boy, God, there's so many. I would say it was like any one of the Magic Treehouse books or Nancy Drew notebooks, which were like a kid version of the full-on Nancy Drew mystery books. So either, I would say like Junie B. Jones, I loved that series. It's hard for me to pinpoint one. Last book I read, I mean, I'm reading so many books right now. I'm reading the David Goggins book, Can't Hurt Me. I'm reading a money book called You're a Badass at Making Money. Sorry for swearing, that's the title of the book. And I've been reading like a European history book that's like, it's actually a textbook like this long. I tend to like read multiple things at one time, and then depending on my mood, it's like, oh, I feel like reading history. No, I feel like reading David Goggins. No, I feel like reading a finance book. No, I feel like reading fiction. So I feel like I usually will have multiple books going at one time. It looks fun. Tetris is great. The Giving Tree, oh my god, I love Shel Silverstein. We had a copy of The Giving Tree. I remember thinking it was so sweet, but also so sad as a kid. Yeah, Shel Silverstein. Ooh, you know what? I read a lot of Roald Dahl when I was a kid. I would say my favorite Roald Dahl book is The Witches. Amazing story, amazing book. I read James and the Giant Peach, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. It's like the Nitwits or the Twits, something like that. I'm forgetting what other ones he wrote. The BFG, The Big Friendly Giant, that's a Roald Dahl book. Ooh, and another one I remember reading when I was really little that really, honestly, kind of it didn't mess me up, that's a bit dramatic, but I remember being so disturbed. Actually, two books. Bridge to Terabithia, there is a death in that book, and it haunted me. And if you guys know the author Carl Hyacin, he wrote the book Hoot, and, oh no, was it Carl Hyacin? I think it was. This book called Love That Dog. And the dog dies, spoiler. And I remember reading that and I was like, and it like describes, not in detail, but it definitely clearly describes how the dog dies. And I was like, it just was so sad to read that as a kid. Because I thought about our pet dog and I was like, oh my god, if this ever happened to our dog, I would be crushed. So yeah. Coming to terms with reality through books. as a child. Really sad book. That little kid was was an a-hole, says Jesse. I have not yet watched 65 with Adam Driver. I would love to. It didn't get the best reviews though. I do some research before I start a movie. Even if I like the lead actor, it didn't, like, people were saying it was kind of like mid, it was kind of like a lot of promise based on the premise, but it kind of like fell flat. So I'm like, I don't know. I think I'd watch it for Adam Driver because I just adore him. But yeah, didn't look like the best ratings, unfortunately. Rated Frog with Seth. Love it. Like Princesses Dragoliub. Good to see you. I'm just putting some spinach on my lasagna. Maybe a little bit too much, but you know what? It's good to have some greens. I got multiple books I'm reading too. Yeah, I like it. I like it that way because I get to the end of my day and I feel like if I'm in kind of like a downer mood, it can be nice to just have some like fiction. It's like, okay, let's just head off to this, fictional universe with these characters, and then I feel like it just depends on what mood I'm in. And I do my reading at night. All right, next up, what am I gonna do? About 1 cup of the marinara sauce. All right, there's so much marinara sauce, you guys. So much. So another big scoop, here we go. So I'm gonna cover the spinach. I'm definitely gonna need to freeze this. This is like such a large quantity of food. Okay, I think I'm gonna need more than this. Let me see if I can get some of the gaps I missed. Most of them. Let's see if I can kind of spread it around too. Comments from Yabba Dabba Doo. My grandparents on my mother's had 14 children. Whew. Small army. No TV, no electric in their days, so they had to entertain themselves. This is how my mom talks about her upbringing. So my mom is one of 6, and she grew up in rural, not northern Minnesota, but it is removed from the Twin Cities area here, which is in the southern part of Minnesota. And she talks about like, yep, we were farm kids, and we just, if we were bored, there was no way our parents were gonna just be like, oh, no. The parents were way too busy. They're like, go entertain yourself. Like, we are so busy, we have our hands full. Use your imagination, go grab a book, go run around outside. We've got plenty of acres. Like my grandparents, like my mom's parents, it was like that generation of just like toughen up and go figure it out yourself. Like, we're not here to be your entertainment. We're here to support you and love you, but it definitely was that old school tough love vibe, which I respect. All right, so this is looking pretty well distributed. Let me just kind of do this a little bit to see if it'll even out. This is so fun. All right, what's next? Sorry, I missed a few comments here. Rated Frog, Hannah, what WWE wrestler would you want to meet the most? Rated Frog, you have access to an emoji, and that is the answer to your question. I will leave it at that. Just check out the trailer for 65. Yeah, I need to watch the trailer still. Hi, King Sammy the Trillion-fold Blesser. Good to see you again. Support be 72 Fahrenheit degrees here in Vancouver, or 22 degrees Celsius tomorrow. That is crazy. Hi, Joel Vradenberg. Hannah, is that all for you? Says James Robinson. Yes, I mean, this is all, I mean, meal prep. It's a Wednesday though, so that's not legit. But yes, I am making this for myself to be eaten at various times. Oh, LOL, mine would be The Undertaker or Steve Austin. Gianna forever is here. Tough love was the best. Yes. I feel like my parents, they weren't as like, you know, strict as like the silent gen, like pre-boomers were, Depression era people, but I still feel like my parents were like relatively old school in the way that they parented me and my sister. I bet you can eat it in one evening, says Kevin. I think you will have food for days with this meal. Me too. I'm so excited. I like having, you guys have seen my fridge recently. It's been so empty and I'm like, okay, enough is enough. I need more food, okay? It's so annoying going back and like you open your fridge after 2 days and you're like, okay, there's no more food in here. What am I gonna do? So, 1 cup of marinara sauce over the spinach, then place 4 to 5 lasagna noodles on the top. Okay, so back to lasagna noodles. I'm gonna open this new box because I finished the first one. My mother and siblings had to do farm work before or after school. Yes, that sounds like my mom's experience. I'm sure my dad had to as well. It was different. He grew up in Ethiopia, not in the United States, but I'm pretty sure he had similar obligations. All right, I think I'm gonna do 4 again. I just don't want there to be like too much noodle that's going on. All right, so there's the 4. Come on. Okay, so that should be the end of the lasagna noodles for now, for this dish. And then I think it's more ricotta. Ricotta, okay, yeah, rest of the ricotta. Let's go. Let's see what people are saying. Hi, baby love. Blue Hornet is here. Hello, I see you. Undertaker is my favorite wrestler, says happy life. I don't know if I've ever seen like clips. Maybe I have, because the Undertaker is so legendary. I only really got into wrestling like in the last 5 years or so. So I'm not like an old school wrestler viewer. Okay. Is that chickpea noodles? Yes, Gianna forever, you are correct. These are chickpea noodles that I'm using for this lasagna. Robert says, Hannah, you're number 1. Thank you. I appreciate it. Oh, I'm so glad that my mom sent me home with this tofu ricotta, because that would have been a whole extra like 1.5 to 2 hours to make this stuff. It sounded very tedious, so I'm glad that I did not have to do this myself. I got pre-made, beautiful vegan ricotta cheese. Let's see how much of this I can get out of here. Daniel says, I like what you're making, can eat it every day. That's the plan with this lasagna. I want it to last for many days so I don't have to, you know, keep cooking new things. Not that I don't like cooking new things, it just takes up a lot of time, especially during the work week. All right, scooping it out of here. All right, last little bit. Trying to get the most of it, especially because my mom made it herself. Don't want to waste it. Okay. So let's spread it around now. I like the Undertaker, Mark Calloway. He's a great family man, loves his wife and kids. Aren't those ones the best? The ones that, you know, really, really seem to love their family and not be terrible people. It sucks when you have someone you really like who's really gifted at their career, whatever it may be, but then in private, they seem to not be the best person. I always find that disappointing. Alrighty, spreading the tofu ricotta. And it smells amazing. And then I think the rest of the zucchini will go on here, yeah. Get this on there. All right, boom. Yes, Tony, good to see you. Welcome to the live, Tony. I'm making lasagna and, ooh, you know what? I should preheat my oven while I'm standing here. Because I hate getting the thing ready and then you haven't even turned on your oven. Zucchini next. Wendy is here. Hi, Wendy. Yud Hishthir. I don't know. I'm not a chef. CJ McCrae started watching WWE wrestling in the early 2000s as a little kid. Oh, that's sweet. With my grandma. Oh, well, it's nice that you have those memories with her. It's so funny. I think WWE is hilarious. I was taking some phone videos of WrestleMania from this weekend. Of course, of Seth Rollins, because that dude is such a maniac. Oh, so funny. No, it sounds delicious because Hannah is making it. Thanks, Brian. I appreciate you. Tetris round 2. I'm putting the rest of these chopped zucchinis onto the ricotta layer. Trying to hurry here. Don't want to have this take forever. I just feel like this is so much marinara sauce, you guys. I wonder if I should just dump it all in here when I'm done with these next few layers. I kind of feel like I should. Okay. Tetris, Tetris, Tetris. Yes, welcome back. I liked this live. Thank you, Tony. Shoot, what was I was gonna do, maybe like my favorite old school film, something like that. Which classic film I love the most? I could do my favorite Christmas film, even though it's not Christmas. Guess my favorite Christmas movie. I feel like I should do something a little more timely though, not Christmas. Okay, next, spinach. Hi, Adrian. So good to see you. Guess what I'm making? Ever made a Greek moussaka? You can use potatoes instead of eggplant. I've had moussaka before. I liked it with eggplant, so I would be open to making it that way. Can eat the rest of the ricotta cheese now. All right. Let's see. I subscribe. Thank you, Yudhishthir. Angiras. All right, Adrian with the Seth Rollins, love it. Wish you were my wife, cooking for me, says Leslie. Hi, Leslie from Dallas, Fort Worth. I've only been to Dallas, Fort Worth at the airport. I've never actually been to like the city. You know what I mean? I could see it from the airport. I was like, oh, I wish I could go out there and explore. I've never, other than a few layovers at the airport down there, I've never been to Texas. I've never properly visited Texas, let's put it that way. And I would like to. I feel like there's so much history. Veggie lasagna, you got it, Adrian. So right now I'm putting some spinach, fresh spinach, onto this layer of the lasagna. Should be tasty. I put peppermint in my lasagna. Oh, I hope not. Yuck. Maybe I should do, like, guess my favorite Italian food. But now I'm trying to think. Maybe as a kid, I could, because I don't eat a lot of it these days, just because Italian food tends to not be very vegan friendly. You can veganize it, but going to Italian restaurants can be tough. Yeah, let me think. My favorite Italian dish as a kid. I think I could I think I could come up with things. So I don't want to overdo it with the spinach, so I'm gonna leave it there. Maybe add a few little guys. Hope that's not like over the top. Okay, this is gonna go in the fridge. Ooh, I'm hungry. And then I think I just put the rest of the marinara on here. Maybe Gray is here. You are taking lots of green vegetables. Yes, Govind. I do watch wrestling. Yes, Adrian. Let's see. Larry Middleton is here. Hello. Brian says you should get a puppy and name it the Annihilator or Asteroid Destroyer. I think I'd come up with a simpler name. Okay, spread the rest of the ricotta, then the rest of the spinach. Place. Oh, interesting. So you do put more. You guys, this is like, it just keeps going. She says put 4 to 5 more noodles on the top of the spinach. What? I'm glad I had 2 boxes. Jeez. I think I'll just stick with my 4. Oh, this one is broken. I will go with a non-broken one, or a few. And then, last part, oven is heating up. I'm just gonna check what temperature. Okay, 350. That's what I've got it set to. And now it says, pour the rest of the sauce over the top evenly. Okay, I've got so much more sauce in here. So let's just have some fun. I'll try to get this evenly on here. Wow, this is incredible, you guys. There's so much of this. Yeah, this is definitely a potluck kind of dish. This is gonna this could feed a lot of people. Oops. Grab my spatula from the ricotta bowl. Well, I'm calling it a night. Thank you so much, Happy Life. Go get some sleep. Wonderful to see you here as always. I so appreciate you. I don't think it was too hectic of a night. We've had a pretty light evening and not that many troll comments or things that needed to be axed. So great having you, and thank you so much. Let's see what people are saying. Favorite German food. Okay, I'll save that one. I'm gonna do guess my favorite Italian food when I was a kid. And actually this is a tough one because I can think of a few things I loved. Italy flag, here we go. Italy. Guess my favorite Italian food as a kid. Was it, oh, come on, spaghetti and meatballs? Was it fettuccine? Oh, how do you spell fettuccine? Fettuccine? 2 T's. Okay, fettuccine. Fettuccine Alfredo. Oh, Alfredo. Margarita pizza. Or lasagna with spicy sausage. Okay, I love this because it relates to what I'm making right now, which is lasagna. So guess away, people. New poll for you. Libona Lumova is from Poland, I believe. Hello. Brian says, you look really sweet and amazing. Thank you. Oh, Cassie, you're still here. Yay. Love it, love it. So yabba dabba do. I will do my favorite German food later. Let's get the likes of everyone. Updated thumbnail. Okay, my sister's texted me. Looks so delicious now I can taste it through the screen. Robert has to go. All good, Robert. See you next time. I'll be going live this Friday night as per usual at 8 p.m. Central Time. Sorry that this has taken me so long to make, guys. So, last bit of the sauce. Let's try to get it spread evenly. Perfect, that was my oven. I'm so glad I went with my large soup pot and not that dinky little saucepan I had the lentils in earlier. So that is all the sauce. My God, there was so much sauce. And now I will just spread this around, get it even, let it go down the sides. Trying to get all the veggies covered so they don't burn. Ooh-wee. All right, so that's looking even. And I'll just do this to kind of get the sauce moving around. Let's see what people are saying in the poll. Margarita. Ooh, I don't think I put that first in the poll. How often do you eat out? Almost never, Arnold. I try to be very strict about it. I mean, the thing is, one, I love cooking for myself, and two, you save so much money when you cook for yourself. And also third, for health reasons, like when you eat out, unless you're very specific about what you're ordering and you ask, like they can throw in like a lot of sugar, a lot of MSG, a lot of just chemicals in their flavors and sauces. So it's, for me, it's like an all-around win cooking food at home. Pika Book, I have curly hair. You are welcome, sis. Happy life. Laura says, you will probably have to freeze half. I know, look, you guys, look at this. Look at how dense, I mean, like lifting it up. I would say this thing weighs 15, somewhere like 15 to 20 pounds. Yeah, it's big. So now I'm gonna be adding some vegan mozzarella shredded cheese. I love lasagna because I feel like it has the elements of a pizza, but it's just, you know, it's made differently. There's like a different order to things. Dina is here. So random. I feel like I'm gonna use like at least half of this package of cheese. Hard to tell. You know what? I'm thinking just how much food this is, how big of a casserole dish this is with the lasagna. And I'm going over to my parents' house tomorrow to watch the latest episode of The Last of Us that came out on Sunday. And I think I'm gonna bring this for dinner. Because when I make something really big, like some of you saw the recent 6K subscriber video I did with the gigantic cake, I brought that over to my parents' house for Easter. Because I was like, please, please people, eat this cake. It will go to waste if it just sits in my kitchen. All right, I might end up using like all of this. Why not? I chose lasagna with spicy sauce, says Tony. Hi, Anthony VR. 100 likes soon. Oh, wow, we're not even to 100. I'm so surprised. It's a slower night, but you know what? It's a fun night. Fun live streams are not defined by the number of likes. All right, you know what? I'm just gonna use this whole darn thing. Let's get some over here. Come on. Stuck at the bottom. Come on, cheese. And this corner. All right, look at that. All the cheese. Nice. This is like a different version of pizza. Hi, peace and joy. So good to see you. All right, guys. So I think this is just about ready to go in the oven. Just trying to clear away. Like when you have cheese touching glass, it can like stick and burn. So I'm just trying to move some of it away. But I think this looks amazing. Look at this. Oh my God. This is actually, like, it's taking a lot of effort to hold this up. So heavy. All the cheese. I literally used that whole package of cheese. Okay. Hannah, you ever make a vegan pizza before? Yes, Brian, go to my channel. I have a vegan pizza recipe video. I wish I was your neighbor or a family member so I can get some delicious food when you make it. So I think that's it. Cover, oh, no it's not. Cover tightly with foil. Very important step. Boy, I would have been so disappointed if I had forgotten that step. saying. Hannah, it's go big or go home week. Seriously, yeah, I know. Like, all the eats here. All right, try to get it really airtight on here. And then put this side on. Okay, I think that's looking pretty tight. It definitely, in the recipe, it says like, get your aluminum foil on here tight, because I think that somehow affects the baking process. I'm not sure. Okay, so I think that's good. And I think I just throw it in the oven now. Bake for 40 minutes. Wish me luck, guys. Let's hope it turns out well. I think it will. Oops. Okay. Boom. Timer. Whew. Oh, I'm tired from that, guys. Oh my goodness. Okay. And that's about it. No, it's not. After 40 minutes, remove the foil, spoon the mozzarella. Oh no, it looks like I was supposed to put the cheese on at the end. We'll see. I think it'll still be okay. Hi, peace and joy. Okay. Birthday September 13th. Okay, let me see what people are saying in here. Best food in the world is from Iran and Italy, says Persian Boy. Everyone double click the like. We're almost to 100 likes, guys. I voted margarita pizza. Hi, peace and joy. Let's see here. Okay. Abraham says yes. All the cheese looks delicious already. It is not my birthday. God. Yeah, NC is like, no, it's September 13th. My birthday passed, it was April 18th. Very recent, Brian. Or no, sorry, it was Tony who said that, my bad. I remember you saying you were at your, was it your cousin's? No, it was your cousin who baked you a birthday cake. Happy belated birthday, Brian. Oh my goodness, John Damasi, hello. What's your favorite color? Favorite color has to be pink, always pink. Hi, John Damasi. I'm not gonna sleep with these earrings on, Beetlejuice, no way. Like, well, duh, it's not a birthday if we tell you the day of. Show what's in the fridge. Buttered toast. My nephew baked me a cake, yes. Yeah, I thought that was so sweet when you shared that. Beetlejuice, nice name from the movie. Thank you, Ziggy780. All right. Kind of want a little something to eat because I am so hungry right now, but I might just stick with water. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know. I might wait for the lasagna. We'll see. What's good, chat? It was delicious red velvet cake. That's right. Yes, it was much better than the bakery, actually. Nice. Those colors sound so cool, Tony. My kids and I watch you all the time. Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you for watching, Ziggy780. My nephew baked me a cake. No, Beetlejuice needs some likes for behaving so bad. Congratulations with 100 likes. Excellent. Glad we made it there. All right, I'm gonna put the foil away. And actually, guys, so this lasagna needs 36 minutes, and then actually I think it needs a little more time after that because I was technically supposed to put the cheese on later, but I put it on now. So that means it's gonna be still a while, and I will not be able to eat this tonight on this live stream because it needs to finish baking or finish cooking and then cool off enough to the point where I can actually eat it safely. So I'm planning to do a lasagna reveal on Friday night's live stream, but I will not be able to eat it tonight. It'll be cooking. Congratulations with 100 likes. Amazing. Hi, Robert Berry. You really are the best cook in Missouri. Minnesota. Everyone, I am sorry, it's no one's birthday. That's okay, Brian. We were able to figure that out. Arnold, you hit a new level, you PG-13. Don't you like Easter, LOL? Yes. Hi, Deborah. Sorry for yawning so much. Oh my goodness. I'm sleepy. Drago Liu is still here. Hello. Dylan from Texas. Love it. Deborah, I would say my favorite food of all time is Ethiopian food. I'm half Ethiopian, so I'm very biased. I think it's the best cuisine in the whole wide world. Hi, Wendy. Again, glad to see you still here. And Deborah says, okay. Also, I'm thinking of, I will close the poll. How would I do it in like a couple minutes? And then I'm thinking I will head out for the night, and then I will show you the lasagna on Friday night. I have a strawberry cheesecake in the fridge. Oh my gosh. Honestly, right now, yes, I'm excited to eat this lasagna when it's done, but I would so love to have a strawberry cheesecake. In my brain, I read it as strawberry shortcake, but honestly, strawberry desserts of any kind, I love. I made strawberry cupcakes for Valentine's Day a couple months ago, and they turn out so good. There was actual dried and powdered strawberries in the frosting, and I think maybe also in the, no, I think there were blended strawberries in the actual cupcake batter. They turn out so good. So yeah, Mike K, that sounds incredible. Have you prepared any Ethiopian food on this channel? Yes, Parker. Yes, I have done at least 3 videos with Ethiopian food on my channel. Time when I was small, I went Easter egg hunting, and the one with the most eggs found got a bike and a hamper. Whoa, that's like deluxe Easter. Oh my goodness. Let's see. Robert Berry. No, I read your comment. You must have missed it. I love coconut shortcakes or coconut rolls. I'm not the biggest fan of like coconut shreds, but coconut flavor and coconut milk. I actually have, I have unsweetened, never mind, it's not even coconut milk, it's coconut cream, which I love. It's so, so, so good. And I put this in dessert items. I put it in coffee sometimes. It's a very nice creamer if you like to put cream in your coffee, but you are lactose intolerant or you just don't want dairy. This is from the Cheesecake Factory. Okay, I will say, as a kid, I lived for the Cheesecake Factory, and I loved picking out my slice of cheesecake. I remember when we would go to Cheesecake Factory as a family, we would go there after, you know, different events like piano recitals or like going out to a play or whatever. Like we would have our meal at the Cheesecake Factory, and then the whole, like in the back of my head, I was like, oh my God, when we're done. And we would always get cheesecake on our way out to the car. And you would walk past the dessert counter, and there were just like a million shelves of all these different cheesecakes, and they all looked so picture perfect. And I remember as a kid, I was like, oh my God, I only get to pick one. Which one of these cheesecakes do I want? Because I'm not that picky. I probably wouldn't eat anything with coconut shreds just because the texture really creeps me out. But other than that, I don't really know if there's a dessert flavor combo that I wouldn't go for at Cheesecake Factory. JP, you YouTube live folks have more perspective, a lot more perspective than TikTokers. I'm not on TikTok, actually. I have never had a TikTok account, JP. I feel like I should, just so I can access and watch the content, even though I currently don't have any interest in being a TikTok creator. But it's funny to hear you say that. My sister has shown me TikTok lives, and we've just scrolled through a few, and it's like very entertaining. I remember we came across this group of people, I think they're somewhere in Africa based on their surroundings and the way they look and the way they dress. And they just like they were playing like Shakira and like dancing to it, and people were donating to them as they were dancing. I was like, I like this live stream, like this is fun. So I've only been on TikTok lives one time, and it wasn't even through my own account, it was through my sister's. Dylan, no, these are not strawberry earrings. These are actually Jingle Bell earrings that I bought in December for YouTube because I wanted to be festive. And so many people liked them, and a lot of people thought that they were cherries or maybe strawberries. I think someone earlier said like turnips, but they're not. But I decided to just keep wearing them because people like them. This is from Cheesecake Factory, if I saw that. Yabba Dabba Doo says, when the weather is better, can we have a day out or picnic at the zoo? Ooh, I like these ideas. Let me write them down. Let me first write the trivia question that I'm not remembering who suggested it. Favorite German food? Because I'm always on the hunt for good poll questions for you guys. Speaking of which, vote if you haven't. Try and guess my favorite childhood Italian food. And then I was gonna write, YouTube ideas. Picnic, zoo, zoo. Yeah, I like to think of ways that I could mix things up. I've seen this comment. Do you ever make curry with coconut milk and chickpeas? Go to my channel, Robert. You'll see that I have. Let's see. Francisco Villa. Hello, Francisco. Thank you so much. All right. YouTube Shorts better than TikTok. Yeah, I love YouTube so much. I love this platform. I think it's just, it's such a wonderful platform. And I don't really have much interest in splitting my time, like really trying to dedicate myself to more than one. So this year, my big goal for the new year was just dedicate myself thoroughly to growing YouTube and not be concerned with like other side things I'm working on. And I feel like it's been going well so far for these 4 months of 2025. Crazy that we're almost to May. Like it's it feels like now winter is well behind us and now spring or summer is here, or it feels like summertime, at least here in Minneapolis. Arnold says, my brains stay here satisfied. The results are close. Yeah, let's see. So 30% say spaghetti and meatballs, 27% lasagna with spicy sausage, 23% margarita pizza, and 20% fettuccine alfredo. To be clear, I loved all of these things as a kid. Did you ever make homemade hummus? That is something I've never made, ever, because I'm like, you know what? If I can find it in 2 seconds and go to the store and it's cheap, like when you go to the store, you can buy hummus for like maybe, depending on which kind of place it is, if it's like a local market, it might be like 3 to 4. Upscale, more like organic, it could be 5 to 6. But I mean, for $5, I'm happy to just run to the store and just grab pre-made hummus. So I would say that's the main reason I've never made it for myself, is it's so cheap and so easy to find at pretty much any grocery store. But I would like to try making it at some point. I will write that down. Homemade hummus. I actually tried chocolate hummus, if you can believe it, not too long ago. I remember thinking it was a little weird, but it's basically like Nutella. And it's good. Jesse is back. Oh, that's so cool. The Houston Rockets are playing. I wish them well on your behalf, Jesse. Okay, do you know what's the national dish for 5 country, like how England's is sausage and egg with baked beans? National dish, I don't know if I could really identify that for countries. I have guesses. I would guess like the United States is like a double cheeseburger with bacon and some fries on the side, like something like that. I would guess Canada's tough. I don't know. Italy, maybe margarita pizza, because it has green, white, and red, which are the colors of their flag. But I feel like it could be so many things in Italy because they're so known for their cuisine. Mi amor lindo, says Thomas. Hello, Thomas. Hey, Banana. Hi, MC. How you doing? Good to see you again. Did you know that YouTube is now 20 years old? I did know this, yabba dabba doo, because I recently went to a creator meetup here in Minneapolis of local creators, and YouTube, like the company YouTube, is going on a 20-year anniversary tour to every single state in the United States and doing creator meetups with people who are there. So I recently went to the Minneapolis creator meetup. I'm actually going to be filming a members only video talking about my experience at this creator meetup. I'm hoping to publish it by either end of this week or Monday of next week. And the reason why YouTube is going around the country to every state to host these meetups, they're basically like fun, like happy hour meetups and / networking events. You can just like meet other creators and chat with them, is because YouTube turns 20 this year, which is so cool. It's cool to think it's been around for that long. What did you eat with the chocolate hummus? I ate, I think it was like crackers my sister and I picked out. The answer has to be fettuccine alfredo, right? Says Jesse. Okay, I will close it momentarily. Close. Okay, who else is here? I never knew there was such a thing of chocolate hummus. I know, crazy. People are weird on here. You need to get rid of these people for real. Welcome to the internet, Robert. But honestly, it doesn't bother me because these people are just sad people. I don't know why, but chocolate hummus does not sound very appealing. I completely agree with you, Jesse. I saw it on the shelf and my sister and I were just kind of like looking for a quick snack one night. And she's like, ooh, chocolate hummus. And I was like, I think of like garlic hummus and hummus with olives, like very savory in a pita pocket or falafel, whatever, on a sandwich. But I was like, chocolate? That sounds pretty gross. But she's like, let's just try it. Like, why not? They actually had it marked down, probably because a lot of people don't buy it. And I loved it. It was so good. Tweeble Hope is here. Hello. So good to see you. Yeah, what up to you? UK's national dish has to be fish and chips. Oh my God, yes. I love it. Brian says it's pancake and juice with some bacon and eggs. That is very, very American. No, our favorite dish is pizza. I don't know if pizza is like, I think more people internationally would think like McDonald's. They're gonna think like double cheeseburger, not pizza. No, it's not what Hannah say is true. Okay, poll results, guys. Guess my favorite Italian food as a kid. The first option got the most. I'm not surprised. Spaghetti and meatballs got 33%. It's not spaghetti and meatballs, but I did love eating that as a kid. 24% guessed lasagna with spicy sausage. No, I actually was not the biggest fan of lasagna as a kid. I thought it was kind of gross. I love it now, clearly, as an adult. I just made some for those of you just getting here. 21% said fettuccine alfredo, and that was my favorite dish, Italian dish as a kid. Jesse, I think you just said a little bit ago, the answer has to be fettuccine alfredo. Yes, like it is so unhealthy for you. It's so high in fat. It's so like processed, but you guys, my family, we would go to Olive Garden a lot growing up. And I remember my favorite thing in the whole wide world to get at Olive Garden was their fettuccine alfredo. It was this like rich, like the creamy sauce. Cause I liked red sauce, but I was like, oh my God, this like white Alfredo sauce is even better than the red sauce. So it is fettuccine alfredo, guys. I did love margarita pizza. I would eat that a decent amount, but fettuccine alfredo was the favorite. Dylan voted for pizza. Paul 1969 is from Fresno, California. Thank you, Victor C, for the like. Rory and Sophia, hello. Thank you, D'Allen, I think. McDonald's is the best, especially the Minecraft meal. Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that they were doing a Minecraft meal. Favorite spaghetti and meatballs, tacos, not Taco Bell. Taco trucks, says Paul. Binod is here. It takes 5 sticks of butter. I know, that's the thing is, I can think of so many things I loved to eat as a kid, and I'm like, yeah, I ate so much of that, but I know it's unhealthy. I don't want to know the details of how that dish is made, because yeah, the details would just make me feel like, oof, I ate how much of that as a kid? I ate how many sticks of butter as a kid in total? Fettuccine Alfredo tastes delicious. I want Italian food and red wine now. Thank you for that. Yeah. I would love to have some red wine or any kind of wine with this lasagna that I'm making. I've always loved cooking with wine. Me too. There's something so, because it's like you can pour yourself a little glass and like have some while you're cooking with the rest of it. I've made it a few times, says Dylan. Nice. I don't think I've ever made fettuccine alfredo for myself. I mean, even like you could definitely veganize it. There's plenty of vegan butter options, and I don't know what other things you'd need to substitute. But just even with all the vegan substitutions, it's still a ton of fat, super processed, carbo bomb. Like it's a great cheat meal, like a very like I shouldn't say guilt, but it's like an indulgent meal. But still, like it's not good for you. Hi, it looks like Jandy is here. Horse King is here. Who else? That's so funny. Spent Brass B. I put an R in there for some reason. You remind me of my chemistry teacher, Mrs. Johnson. Super chill. Okay, I like it. Persian Boy says in Iran, there is a famous sandwich called falafel. Oh, there's falafel everywhere. There's falafel in Germany. There's falafel in Morocco, if you look close enough. I had falafel in Greece when I traveled there. Yeah, I love falafel so much. I've made falafel on my channel, actually. Dylan says, chicken fried steak was my favorite meal as a kid. I don't know if I ever had chicken fried steak when I think about it. Big Haas 920, hello. Also, Big Haas, I saw that you had like shouted out my channel in a post or something, and I was like, oh, that's so nice. Thank you so much for doing that. R6 Market, hello. Yabba Dabba Doo says, I'm happy to say I've never had a McDonald's or KFC. Wow. I mean, I grew up eating everything, I would say. It's like we had home cooked meals. We would go to fine dining place. Like we had like the range. It was like home cooked, fast casual, fast food, plenty of fast food. And then we would go to like nicer sit down, like before movies, before theater plays, whatever. But I have eaten, I think at almost, like I'm trying to think of the places I have not eaten at that are fast food. I've never stepped foot or had anything from Chick-fil-A in my life. I've never had, I think, Popeyes. There's another one that's kind of like Popeyes. Not KFC, we had tons of KFC. But I feel like there's Popeyes and then like another chicken place I'm forgetting. I know, I was just about to get to the second comment from Big Haas. 80 pounds. Big Haas, big round of applause for Big Haas. Also, if you care to share, what changes did you make to your lifestyle that have allowed you to lose 80 pounds? That's like, when I think about holding 80 pounds or lifting 80 pounds, like as a weight, I'm like, that is so much, like to think about that much weight you had on your body and now it's gone is incredible. So major congrats. Hi, your Pookie. My favorite food to eat, oh man, this kind of goes with like I don't know, I would say either Ethiopian food or like a big deluxe vegan cheeseburger, like completely loaded vegan cheeseburger. 80 pounds. Chocolate hummus you can eat with fruits and pretzels. Yes, Tony, I think both of those would be delicious. If you kind of treat chocolate hummus like Nutella, like if you think of the things you could eat with Nutella, those probably would work because it doesn't taste like beany or savory in any way. It just tastes like a chocolate spread, like Nutella. Congrats, Haas. Yes. Kennedy chicken. I don't know Kennedy chicken. American KFC makes me literally ill. Says Shadow Trace. Oh no. It's Gizmo's Cats World. Hello. Bacon cheeseburger head, says Ergo Video Oasis. Taking out sugars, bread, pasta, soda, energy drinks, all Gatorades, sugary teas, drinks, alcohol. Wow. I mean, those, I would say if there's like culprits for unhealthy living or that contribute to obesity and overweight, those are like the things you often see. It's like all the added processed sugars, highly refined grains like white bread, pasta, sugary sodas, energy drinks, like all these things. I'm like, yep, makes sense. Very cool. Jollibees, I don't know what Jollibees is. Not a clue. We do have one of these here in Minnesota. All right, I'm gonna take a peek at this lasagna and see what's going on with my burned oven mitt, very burned oven mitt. All right, and then a couple paper towels. I just need a second oven mitt at this point. All right, let's see what's going on. Dun dun dun. Oh man, fingers crossed. I hope it looks good. Come on, lasagna. Please be good to me. Okay, it looks good. Looks good, you guys. Okay. Do you limit your spicy foods? No, in fact, I eat a load, I was about to say a ton of spicy foods. So I grew up eating spicy foods. I eat spicy foods all the time. I keep hot sauce in my fridge. I'm Ethiopian, and Ethiopian food tends to be pretty spicy. And spices are, I eat a lot of spicy food because I feel like it kills off a lot of like germs. It's just very like purifying in a way. So I love spicy foods. I live for spicy foods. Cool earrings. What are you cooking? Whiskers 25. I have some lasagna in my oven right now. It still has, there's 11 minutes on the timer. I was supposed to wait to put the cheese on, but the cheese is looking fine. And then there's an additional like 20 minutes. So I will not be able to eat the lasagna on this live stream. However, I will be eating it on the Friday night live stream, which is the next time I go live this week. I'm thinking Church's chicken. We don't have them here anymore. I don't even know what that is. Paul 1969. Eugene Russell is here. Oh my gosh, I'm loving seeing these people who I know, members, longtime, commenters in the chat rolling in here. And now I just hit the 3-hour mark. So like, I love seeing people who make it to the chat before I head out. How are you, Eugene? I have enjoyed Ethiopian coffee. Yes. The birthplace of coffee. I will never, ever not drink coffee, at least like on a regular basis in my life, because I love coffee so much, and the Ethiopians love their coffee. It's just so good. Coffee is life. How many layers? Haywood Jablomi or Jablomi. Oh, I see what you're. I shouldn't have read that. 2 to 3, I think. Awesome. Go Ethiopia. Woohoo! Yes, Ethiopia is wonderful. Love it. Let's see. I enjoy drinking coffee, I think is what you meant to say. No, never mind. Hong Wing coffee, it's from China. I've never heard of this. Let me Google it. Hong Wing coffee? Oh my goodness, what is this? HongWingCoffee.com. Whoa, this is so interesting. Where can I even buy this here? Coffee roasters. Oh my goodness. They're based in Trinidad and Tobago. Goodness. I don't even know where to order this from. Island Mishmash Small Business. I don't see it on Amazon. Whoa. This is so fascinating. My goodness. In 1921, Hong Wing and Sons was opened by Chinese Trinidadian Chang Hong Wing and quickly became the first large-scale coffee manufacturers in ... in Trinidad and Tobago. Whoa, you guys, this is so cool. I love a little history deep dive like this. It's from China. The lasagna smells really nice. It smells like a pizza. Lots of, I would say you can really smell the tomato sauce, the marinara sauce on it. Hi, Shelby. Yes, Ray, the lasagna is still in my oven. The thing is, it took me so long to assemble it because I was chatting so much that I forgot that there was all this baking time as well. Chicken Jockey is here. Hi, Rico Jones. Micah is back. I love seeing all these people on pretty late. It's 11:04 for me right now. I know for some of you out east or in the East Coast time zone, it's past midnight, so thanks for sticking with me. Thank you, Rico. I appreciate it. For me, me it's midnight. Have you ever seen black tomatoes? I don't think so. I actually didn't even know black tomatoes existed. Are they like heirloom tomatoes? Rico, I have lasagna in the oven. Oof. Sorry guys. Trying to get my dishes clean, and it's a struggle. All right. 9 p.m. for Paul, so you must be on the West Coast. Here it's only 11:05 a.m. or p.m. Shelby. So tell me, what are you cooking? Okay, you said nice. Only New York pizza, says Persian boy. World time check. 5 a.m. in the UK. Oh man, yabba dabba do. I haven't seen black tomatoes either because I only seen red, orange tomatoes. Yeah, I have only seen like red, orange, I would say yellow, and green. Kind of like the range from red to green, but never, I don't know if I've seen like purple or black. Oh, you're in Thailand, so you are a full 12 hours ahead. It's 11:05 a.m. for you. Dang, it's 11 p.m. So you are half a day ahead of me. Oh my gosh, coffee! You made it! Yes, I love this. Kevin says, go New York pizza. Coffee, I'm so happy you're here. You made it. Amazing. Coffee, remind me, what time are you in New York? You've said where you're from and I need to write this down, but are you East Coast time or Central time? Rooster is here. I want to get to Rico Jones' question. What's your favorite Asian dish? That is so tough because Asia has so many wonderful cuisines. I would say like a really amazing, like spicy Thai green curry with some fried tofu and carrots and bean pods and mushrooms with some just plain rice. Oh my gosh, like Thai food is my second favorite food in the whole wide world after Ethiopian food. Indian food is a close third place, and India is part of Asia. So I would say from Indian cuisine, my favorite dishes are chana masala, which is chickpeas, aloo gobi, which is cauliflower. No, aloo gobi, I always get this mixed up. I feel like aloo gobi is like peas and potatoes. Aloo gobi. Oh no, it does have cauliflower. What am I thinking of then? Aloo gobi, vegetarian dish from India, made with potatoes, cauliflower, and Indian spices. Okay, so those are the two. So yeah, aloo gobi is usually what I order, maybe chana masala, and vegetable biryani. But there's also tons of other stuff that I love in Indian cuisine. So yeah, Asia, when you consider all the cuisines from Asia, Asia is so good to vegans and vegetarians. You can eat like a Thanksgiving feast table full of stuff from like cuisines when you go to these restaurants. It's like the dream. Okay, Starboy says, hi, my friend. Hi, Kate. I was wondering where coffee was. Yes, I mean, some people, I haven't seen like Kirby, for example, tonight. It's like some people who you see a lot, some nights they just can't make it. You don't see them in the comments, but they'll come later. Very great to see coffee. Look for black tomato seeds for growing. Okay, Victor. You're from Georgia. Why did I think New York? Okay, I'm gonna write down coffee is in Georgia, the great state of Georgia. I'm in California, Starboy. That's easy. I think of like Star Hollywood, Starboy. Yes, you get purple tomatoes. Ever made green tomato chutney? I've seen it, I've heard of it, but I've never made it myself. What do you think about Indian street food? Very good. It's very delicious. Coffee's birthday question mark. Laura says, I seen black or purple tomatoes for first time in three days ago. Wow, very nice. Everyone wish Coffee a happy birthday. Hi, Black Beans. Are you filming this on your phone? Yes, meow. Happy birthday, Coffee. Coffee was with the barista. Hi, Recharger. My birthday was last month, March the 13th. Hi to Mexican G. We did not get the chance to wish you a happy birthday, Coffee, so happy birthday. I want to go to Hollywood. I don't think I've ever been to Hollywood. I've been like to Los Angeles, but I can't even remember if I saw the Hollywood sign when I was there. I went on a family trip when I was maybe, 9, 10 years old to Disneyland in California. There are 2,000 plus stars there on the sidewalk. Very cool. What's up, cuz? Says Lev Norton. All right, there's 28 seconds left, but I need to add some bonus time because at this point, when the timer goes off is when I should have added the cheese, but I just kept the cheese on there from the beginning. So remove the foil, spoon, blah, 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 blah. Put the lasagna back in the oven for 20 more minutes. It's so sad. I wish I could finish the lasagna, like as you're hearing now, but it's already 11:12 p.m. I gotta work tomorrow. So I'm gonna add an additional 20 minutes on here. And I am gonna head out actually. But let me see first what is here. I don't know if California is still dealing with fires or not. I don't know. Disneyland is in Anaheim, which is like 30 minutes from LA. But we were also we went to a bunch of different parts of like SoCal. And I remember, I'm positive we went to Los Angeles. Maybe we didn't though. I get like all of California lumped together. I forget just how big California is. Brian says, I want to get $1 million and live my best life and don't ever have to worry to get up late and answer to any boss because I want to be the boss one day. Yes, honestly, Brian, that is the ultimate dream for my life, is to be in complete control of every single day of my life, which means like you can sustain yourself alone, like through your own income, through your own businesses, whatever, where you aren't required to go to an external job to get a paycheck to support your lifestyle. So that is like the most beautiful way to live, is when you are fully free to do whatever you want to do every single day of your life. And I think there's if you think of all the people in the world, like very few people get to live that way, but I'm like, that is what I want so bad, is to be in complete control of 100% of my time. Robert says same time here. Micah says thanks, Mike. Hello, Charger friend. Okay, I think you're the best cook in Minnesota. Do you agree? I would say no. I know that there are like very famous, very successful like chefs here. So I would say no. I think I have good skills in cooking and baking, but I would not say I'm the best cook in Minnesota. Same time in Wisconsin. Nice. You should make another trip to LA and vlog it. One day I would like to. I have a good friend, like a friend who I've stayed in touch with from, I would say, middle school and high school, who lives out in LA. And I'd like to go and visit him at some point. It's just this year with all the wildfires and construction and rebuilding, I was like, this does not seem like the best year to visit LA. Honored to be called a friend of you, Coffee. Yaya is here, who is a member. If you are leaving, bye, Hannah. Thanks for sharing tonight. Yes, I am going to be heading out, guys. This was very fun tonight. Coffee says, thank you very much, Recharger. Same here, my friend. DJ the chef. You can have that, majority of the world does. Wait, you cook. Hi, Mommy Lils. While we were in Minnesota, we are neighbors. Yes. I think of like, I've been to Wisconsin more times than I can count. I mean, it has to be at least 30 times in my life because I'm 31 and I'm like, okay, I would go multiple times in my childhood years over to Wisconsin for different reasons, like soccer tournaments or vacations or whatever. Passing through, heading over to a different part of the country. So yes, I love Wisconsin. You guys are our neighbors here. Of course, she cooks, says Starboy. Hannah, maybe watch MasterChef shows because my brother-in-law is watching that. Okay. Starboy with the Cheerios box. Bye, Rich. Oh my goodness, you're still here. Thank you so much again for your super thanks. I got the notification on my phone. Coffee says, yay. Yabba Dabba Doo says, I'm retired, so I'm in control of my life, of my time and life, except for demanding animals. Yeah, honestly, because so in my family, there's my dad, my mom, me, and my sister. And both of my parents are retired now. So I see the way that they get to live. They do whatever they want. They see their friends. They go out for meals and they're completely free. And I'm like, okay, I love this. I want this, but I don't want to have to wait until I'm 65, 70 years old, whatever the retirement age is going to be for me in the future. It's like, I want that freedom, but I don't want to have to be 65 to have to wait all that time to get to live that freely. I would much prefer, and there's plenty of people who retire early and they're fully autonomous and have their own thing. And I'm like, that is like the ultimate dream for me, is just complete freedom to design your life as you want it to look based on your own interests and when you like to sleep, those sorts of things. All right, congratulations on all of your achievements, Hannah. You deserve them all. Thank you, Brian. For all the viewers here, cool, Steve. I made my lasagna vegan and gluten-free, and it has spinach. So it is perfect for people who are lactose intolerant, and it's got lots of cooked spinach because it's in the oven. Nice, appropriate, respectful comments. Yes, absolutely. Yes. Oh, I love this community, guys, so much. You guys are the best. All right. Oh, the baking girl tea. Oh my goodness. I'm literally about to head out. But we've been chatting about a lot of stuff. I've been on here now for like 3 hours and 20 minutes, I think. So lots of stuff over the past few hours, but I did make a vegan lasagna. It's in the oven right now. I will not have time to let it cool and eat it, but I will feature it on Friday's live stream in a couple days. Got himself Santa's bad list. Oh man. Take care, Rich. Thank you so much. Do you drive through Stillwater before you visit Wisconsin? I can't remember if I do or not. Rich says hello, or no, Coffee says hello to Rich. I'm gonna put my reminder in the chat. Reminder, I'll be going live again, oh boy, spelling, at 11 p.m. this Friday night at 8 p.m. Central Time. Oh, come on, keyboard. USA. Come back and chat again. So, stay tuned for that one coming up in a couple days. Thank you, That Baker Girl Tea. I wear these earrings every live stream now because I know how much people enjoy them. Yes, Eric Markison, I am in the Twin Cities here in Minnesota. Coffee with the Seth Rollins, Starboy with Daryl. Yeah, for members, I think all the members know this, but just know that if you currently are a member or you become a member of the channel, you have access to members only emojis, and I've picked them out because they're they're people and things that I enjoy. So on that note, I will get going. I see there's Kush Ranjan, the rock star. Coffee with the Martha Stewart, very fitting for tonight. Brian says, bye, Hannah, have a wonderful rest of your night and a beautiful day tomorrow. You too, Brian, stay safe and beautiful as always. Keep a piece of lasagna for next time to eat it in your next life. Yes, I will make sure to keep some. I mean, there's no way I'm finishing that entire casserole pan. So yes, you will see the lasagna on Friday. Sounds good, Kevin. Have a nice evening. Enjoy your shower and your ginkgo biloba tea. Wow, never heard of that, but sounds very calming. Bye, yabba dabba doo. Start with Cristiano. Okay, I'm gonna sign off now, guys, but thanks for another really fun night, and stay tuned. Come back on Friday. You will get to see the finished lasagna. Take care.